All right. Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club Stop and Chat. Today we have a special returning guest. Mr. Walker Ryan is with us. What's up?
Yes.
How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me back.
This guy's an author now, dude. What's going on?
Whoa. We'll get to that in a minute, bro, because listen, he's got a new book
they showed
out
up.
I feel like David Letterman here with the book and stuff. Like
yeah,
this new
dude,
book
this is your moment.
is Top of the Mason. It's on Amazon and wherever books are sold.
Right?
No, but congratulations,
not
bro.
Too often. Not too often, right?
I thought I was gonna. You sent a bunch over to us, and I was like, "Oh, this is sick." And I was gonna flip through it to see all the pictures, but there's not one photo, there's not one picture in here. Not one picture.
It's a tough picture book. To
wow.
Get through. I'll
I
tell you
mean,
that much.
listen.
I'm assuming you read it today, right?
I did some.
Twice.
I read your. Hope you enjoy the story, Chris. Thanks for everything.
I was waiting for the audiobook to come out. Just the audio version.
All right.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, man.
No.
I did get a couple ats and a couple DMs saying that I should do the audio for your book.
Now we're talking. This is a perfect way to get this started, dude. Is this like a?
Let's try.
Should I be making you an offer right now?
I think you
Well,
should.
just wait till
Yeah.
let's read the first paragraph here. Ready?
All right.
Chapter 1, Friday, October 5th, 8:12 a.m. Henry ran through his. Oh wait.
Oh, you already blew
I
it,
know.
dude.
Well, I gotta listen, man. I've seen this for a
No,
long
keep it
time.
going.
Usually, I read
this is
podcast reads, and I'm like, Manscaped,
really animated.
Shave your junk, fellas.
I think Jeron would be pretty buttery at this.
Jeron, we could switch off
need this.
because
You
you're a good.
try it first, and then I'll give it a try.
Henry ran through his instructions one more time. While the task seemed simple enough, his new boss struck him as a type who wouldn't tolerate any mistakes. Sitting hunched on the bench under a red, wavy overhang, he waited for the 19 bus to pick him up. The morning sun peeked through the high rises, hitting his neck, and he could feel the familiar beads of armpit sweat drip down the sides of his T-shirt. We've all been there.
Yes.
We've all been there. And then I'll add in my little 2 cents,
I mean,
you know?
that
please,
was
yes.
perfect.
This is like blowing my mind. Really, I was gonna ask Kelly to do it. I was gonna like flip to a random page and be like, Kelly.
Could you imagine?
Read through this
Dude,
for me.
a loud thwack started him.
That's not,
I'm kidding.
That's
I'm kidding,
close,
bro.
but
it's
you know.
close.
Yes.
It's close. Dron's got a beautiful voice as well, man.
Hell yeah.
I think you took it though, right there.
Well, we'll get into the
Oh
novel.
my God! I know. I'm gonna have to hire you right now on the spot,
Dude,
dude. What's your rate? What's your rate?
I'll
You're
tell-
talking a little slowly, and if it's an hourly rate, I don't know.
That's how I read.
paid by word.
That's how I read.
It's hard for him to read, so he has to do it slow. Yeah.
How many pages?
Yes,
man?
dude.
Fucking 300
Yes.
pages. Listen, we'll talk about the novel in a little bit. We got to let's warm up our juices a little bit.
It looks good
them
right
up.
there.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know if it made it in time.
Oh yeah, no, we got it. We got it.
Did.
Cool. Yes.
But yes, and also thank you. Well, I was on your podcast. This is like a podcast swap back and forth.
I know.
right?
I can't believe it. How did that feel for you to be in the you've done a couple, right? Or I feel like I looked around and there was like one with Chris Naratko, and then it was kind of like, damn, like
No, I don't think I did a
it's-
podcast with Chris Naratko.
You did
Does he
like
have a
Or you did like
podcast?
you did that skater with cars thing or whatever.
Yeah, but not.
Oh, this is the
Oh, that's
first
not like
official.
on a
This is the
podcast
first
forum?
official one.
Yeah, this
Wait,
is my first.
ours was the first.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
Chris,
much.
Chris always says he never wants to be on other podcasts.
And guess what? Nobody invites me anymore. You know? No, actually, I really had fun, and I don't know. It's just weird to. I feel like we have our own show here, so
Yeah.
But going on your podcast kind of maybe opened my eyes a little bit because it was really fun
Hey.
wrapping out with you and Dr. Brown.
Oh
Dr.
my
Kyle
God,
Brown.
we loved having you. We're so early on though. We're not really sure if we're going to be able to top the level of
We'll just have me
guests that
back
we
when you
can have.
guys explode,
All right, cool.
man.
Well, me and Jeron are available next week, so that will probably outdo it. You know?
I mean, hey, we'll take you over the top a little bit. You know what I mean?
How did it do, though? Did it do okay?
Oh,
did it do?
yeah, we got such good feedback.
Oh,
I mean,
good,
it was
good.
great. But
Yes.
no, and everything you talked about with your experience with Achilles tendonitis. I mean, it was so cool because Kyle had been telling me, like, I think Chris has had this. Like, we should have him on to like really get into it, because Kyle loves that shit, like really diving into, a skater's ordeal, which like every skater has something
Totally.
that they've been through.
Oh yeah. I mean, even if it's just a little ankle thing, it's still something,
Totally.
And it was really fun rapping out with you guys, because I was asking Kyle questions and like different things.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it. Plus it's you guys.
And something you guys don't normally talk about too often. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, as we're older now, we start to, but we never did when we were younger.
No, not
like how we could benefit ourselves by stretching or doing all this stuff. So it's really cool that we get to talk about it now. Or you guys
and
talk about
it's just rare that you actually can talk with somebody who is a skater, which Kyle's a lifelong skater. He turned pro for a company in Thailand, actually, which not a lot of people know. Like, he's put in the video parts, skate nerd for life, but he understands the human body better from, a PT's perspective than anyone you're going to talk to who's a skater, basically.
Sure.
It's just like, it's one of those rare opportunities where it's like both. Cause like Kelly, you've seen Kyle,
I've worked with him before. He's helped me out, and you can meet a lot of PTs that are good at what they do, but when you meet a PT like Kyle that knows how to reference into skating, it's a game changer, dude. Like, cause most people like give you exercises, but it's not really helping you with your muscles the way it needs to develop, you know? So,
and there's just so many weird specific things that happen when you skate that unless you skate or you're just like, you really study it, I'm assuming it's hard to understand that feeling, So
a lot of people actually hit me up saying that like, oh man, it's so true. When I go to a physical therapist, like I don't even know if they know what skating and skaters go through. Oh, you skateboard, and you just got to put your trust in them that they know what they're doing. You
got to go to someone more specific. I mean, especially with skaters, and it turns into a word of mouth thing, because there's a few guys that are out there right now that that have been a lot of skaters go to.
For sure. But back then, Time to Shine. What was that? 2000. I looked it up. 2000.
Yeah, 2006.
2006.
Damn.
Yeah.
There wasn't really that many PTs, like word of mouth.
Right.
Yeah. Nowadays, for sure.
And then back then too, you just like thought that you were just gonna get better just because you were young.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
Totally.
Yeah, that was.
I definitely thought that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it didn't really work out that way. That's for sure.
Yeah. It was cool though. Thank you for that. It was really fun. I've gotten some great feedback from it. And,
that's good.
I even listened to it. I thought
Dubs listened to it.
I did.
Oh, what? Hell yeah.
I gave it a listen, man. It was definitely informative, man. So
thanks.
I think if you guys are continuing to do it, it's going to be anybody. I think you should go and check out Walker Ryan's podcast for sure.
Hell yeah.
Old friends catch up.
Yeah.
Old friends catch up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, no, it's fun because there's a lot of skate podcasts out there, and we don't really want to just fall into. I mean, we want to hone in on just this very specific like PT related angle, and it's cool because it opens things up in a way that's like you can still glean some like skate history things, like, because obviously if you're talking about injuries, you're going to be talking about skating and what was happening for the skater, but it's been fun, and the other side of it that we do that we offer on Patreon is really picking apart rehab protocol and programs that Kyle offers,
right?
Where he puts in a ton of research because he's always nerding out on this stuff, like, oh, what do studies say about this type of treatment for ankle sprains or this type of treatment for patella tendinopathy or whatever. And then he just kind of flushes out like his research and his nerd out. And I'm the kind of clueless skater that I am when it comes to this stuff. And I just get to ask him questions, and it's fun.
That's super awesome for skateboarders, especially because we all have done this. Of like, we just like WebMD something. You're like, I hurt my ankle. What do I do?
I'm going to die now.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up on the internet.
Never do that.
No, but then
know.
you don't know where to look on something specific like that. And this is the first time a skateboarder could be like, yo, I could go straight to your Patreon or your podcast and find out the information of what to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly the goal. We're month by month, we pick a new subject, and hopefully we'll have like eventually this catalog of like essentially everything the most common injuries or what's most relevant to skaters over time. So it's going to be a long game, but
you got to listen. We talked after the show and everything, and this is not a knock on Patreon at all, but you got to get on the YouTube. You got to get on the YouTube channel members and build that channel up, because listen, Patreon's great. Sure. It's great. But, I mean, YouTube, Google, everybody lives on there, and that's where everybody's going to find it. I just believe that you guys should be on YouTube.
Well, you're the podfather, dude. You're skateboarding's podfather, and you are giving I appreciate your counsel. I took notes. I took notes, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I gotta listen to this.
Well, all in due time. Like we didn't just do everything overnight. It took us a while to go A, B, C. We had a Patreon, and it was going well. But the thing that Patreon it was hard to deal, because all of our fans and community lived on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So to try to send them, how hard it is to send people over to different platforms? Like you post an Instagram story, swipe up. Like, do you know how hard it is to get somebody to swipe up on that thing and like actually like convert people over? Mm-hmm. It's tough, Yeah. So when it's all in one place, it was just so much easier, and we just deleted the Patreon and just stuck with the YouTube. There you go. It was just too hard.
Yeah, because you can do members on there, right? You can do the YouTube.
That's
members.
when we stopped the Patreon. Mm-hmm. When YouTube started doing the channel members, and they did the same thing as Patreon. Mm-hmm. It's the same.
You
thing.
offer like a monthly
perks, all that stuff, and then that's when we were like, okay, now let's get rid of this Patreon. Yeah, make the switch.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, man. I could talk to you about this stuff for hours.
I love it.
But we don't want to bore everybody at home. But
I'll say this too. Chris said this earlier. Like, Chris didn't just know this just because he looked it up on YouTube and found all this, everything that's going on in this place.
You think I knew how to work a $3,000 audio board? Like, no. Like, I had to Google it, Well, we didn't start off. We started off with a little box thing.
The self-teaching shit is amazing,
bro.
Like,
I know.
And
Chris, you done did it.
There's so many generous people out there who make these videos, and like I know everyone has their own little self-interest with it. It's like, oh, I get more clicks and blah blah blah. But there's just so much kindness through it all too. Like you could find how to fix your pipe or do anything in your house, like the most specific problem.
I can't believe we're talking about this right now, because the drain in my bathtub this morning was a little clogged, okay? And I have this like stick with like little like what are they, like spears on it, it's a long, and in the past I've just done that, I put it down the drain, and there's a little stopper thing, and I put it down, and I pull, oh god damn, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It wasn't working today, so I had to get out the pliers, and I was trying to unscrew the thing and the drain, and it's kind of this like weird contraption thing. So what did I do? Jumped on YouTube. Watched 2 YouTube videos. The first guy didn't do it for me. He had a different drain. Yep. Second guy nailed it, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I unscrew that. Boom. Now I got to unscrew that, and then the thing, boom.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Fix my drain in 20 minutes, Dubs. Water flows beautifully now.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
But that's what Walker and Kyle are doing for health-wise for skateboarders. You're just looking it up, and they're showing you how to fix, or like.
Yeah. Well, not to mention Kyle's a doctor.
Totally.
But he's going through the whole thing, the gambit.
And what the main thing he's offering, which I feel like is so helpful, are just these nice, easy to follow videos where it's like, all right, this is the exercise you can do for the first 2 weeks. This is the next exercise, and the dosage and those things. And we want to make it like, I don't know, we're working on it, but it's been like, for me, I'm editing it and producing and making the whole things. It's all Kyle's knowledge, but my like
behind the scenes
slaving away, trying to make these things work.
Kyle's like, where's the episode, bro? And you're like, chill,
it's on the way.
Chill.
But like I said when we talked to you on the catch up, it's just like, now the amount of respect I have for everything you guys do is just through the moon. I mean, it's just like our small scale is what we're doing. Basically one video, editing it, putting some audio over.
Right.
And God, the level you guys are operating on, I'm amazed. It's so sick.
It's just us learning through Google and YouTube. And I literally watched this YouTube video the other day, and this new feature for Premiere. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to reveal our secrets.
Right.
But I forwarded it to Raj, and Raj was like, God damn. He's like, this changed my life. You know what I mean? Wow. Like, we just find these little things that help us.
I saw that, and I was like, that's pretty good.
You know what I mean? And like, for me and Raj, probably anything I can do to save 30 seconds, to save a minute, 5 minutes, I will do. Yeah. You know, because that's just the point where we're at right now. It's like every second that I can save is well worth it.
Yeah.
You might want to
and
know
what I've found is it's
I'll tell you later,
like,
Dubs.
What I've found though is it's I'm like really stubborn, and it takes a lot for me to like humble myself basically and be like, okay, I'm not going to figure this out right now. Let me just Google it. And like sometimes it's just because I'm intimidated about how to phrase the question to Google. You know what I mean? Like when it's something so specific, but it's like you have to submit and just realize like, you know what? I'm not going to just like suffer through this. There's probably some nice person on the internet who will tell me.
Dude, 5 minutes. If 5 minutes I can't figure something out, I'm on Google, I'm on YouTube. Like easy. Yeah. So use it to your advantage, because there are people out there who put stuff on YouTube and Google that have, you know, fixing a drain, you know.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
It's like, and the thing had like 100,000 views. There's 100,000 people out there trying to fix their drain too, you know. Just saying.
It's amazing.
Anyway, but yeah, thanks for that. Go check out Walker and Dr. Kyle Brown's podcast, Old Friends Catch Up. It's really fun, really interesting. I had a great time doing it, so thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Yes. No, thank you. That was incredible.
And we want to talk about, are we ready to talk about the book, Dubs?
You want to jump right in it?
I mean, man, like we touched on it, but what the hell, Walker, man?
I'm psyched. I'm psyched they arrived too.
You wrote a book.
Thank you for the book too, by the way, bro.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Give us a synopsis about this book.
Yeah, so do we think that Mason Silva is Sodi by the time this comes out? Because if he is,
top of Mason,
if he is, this is his biography.
Oh.
You know, I'm trying to increase the sales and really, you know, time it right.
Okay, no. Perfect.
Oh wow, I see
but
the
if
timing.
He's not,
okay.
But if he's not Sodi, no, just kidding. It's just a San Francisco adventure story. It's this idea I had kicking around basically like when I was living in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I finally started picking away at it. And, you know, 6 years later, essentially, you're holding it in your hands.
Did you you wrote every word?
Yeah.
Would you say it took you 6 years?
I mean, basically, I feel like I wrote it for like 3 and then 3 or 4. And then it was like 2.5 years of editing. Well, so like showing it to somebody, giving me notes, editing it a little bit, showing it to someone else, editing a little bit. I can't tell you how many times I've freaking read that thing. Right. It's obscene.
That's what I meant when I said like you wrote every word, because like maybe I didn't know if you had a partner or somebody that was helping you along and like writing stuff with you, and like, because this is gnarly.
David Cole helped you with that for sure.
Yeah.
He just told me from back home.
So it's an adventure story based in San Francisco.
Yeah, so it follows this character, Henry. It's obviously skateboarding related.
Okay, yep.
Gotcha. Henry is he's an ex-aspiring pro. So it's in the world of professional skateboarding. It's kind of like an ulterior universe. There's like different big companies and different, you know, big magazines and stuff, but it's still San Francisco. And, you know, he didn't make it as a pro. He's found himself working as a maid in a hotel. And he basically, you know, is hung up on an ex-girlfriend who he's hoping to get back together with. And one thing leads to another, and he just gets into some crazy shit that really can only happen in San Francisco.
Okay.
What?
Right.
Are some of the ideas that you came up with that, you know, in your everyday life or some of your fellow skater friends' everyday lives evolve into the book?
Definitely. I mean, it's everyone is basically like a composite character. So like a little bit of this guy, a little bit of this guy, you know, like different situations, not necessarily that I have experienced myself, but that I've sort of watched my friends through or talked about them through, or just even observed. Like there's like, for example, there's kind of there's like a superstar skater character.
Thank you
like
for writing me into the book. Bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
Chris, you
What
know,
chapter
you
is
writing.
that? Oh.
You know, like it's been fun showing it to skaters and having them read it and like be like they're speculating on who it is. You know, and it's like there isn't one person. Yeah, but I'm not giving anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I gave it away. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you don't allude to who it is, or maybe you gave him a fictional name.
Well, see, my point is that it isn't anyone specific. It's
Gotcha.
like a little bit of this guy, a little bit of this guy,
sprinkles.
Like,
Sprinkles.
yeah. So it's fun to see, you know, what people will take away.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all fiction, you know. It's made up and but it's based in.
How do you put together a storyboard like that, dude? Like when you go into it, do you have it kind of built out and then it just like changes over time?
It all kind of started with a short story idea. I mean, I wanted to develop it into like a full novel. I mean, first of all, like I love movies. I love long form TV shows, you know, and I've never seen a movie or watched a show that, in my opinion, really brought to life our weird, fucked up industry in a way that felt true, you know, in a way that, especially like contemporary times, you know, with Instagram and YouTube and like weird, just ego that can only exist with our current time.
Right.
And, you know, I was like, I'm not going to make a movie. I'm not going to do these things, but I love books. I come from a family of writers. I'm just going to try to write something. And
Amazing.
Like, Kelly, to answer your question, like, I used to think like that was impossible. You know, like, how do you make up a storyline like from nothing? A lot of people write novels, but they're sort of like thinly veiled autobiographies. You know, it's like really their life and their story. But this one is really just a series of situations that I made up. But it started with just a story that I wanted, a short story that was like A to B. Like, how does a skater working in a hotel room end up here? And then I just kind of expanded it. And, you know, it's like, it's a fun process. Like, you'd be surprised how much you can just write in your head. Just in your head. Like, see, you know, you give little, like, if I'm driving and I just don't feel like worrying about my own problems,
right,
I just start worrying about these characters' problems. Like, you know, and then the moment you have like some free time, I like write it down. But it's really just like happening in your head.
That's my problem is I can have this whole thing in my mind ready to go. I can formulate it in my head. And as soon as the paper's there and I'm holding a pen, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like it's gone. I can't put thought to paper.
I'm the same way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sure. I know this might be a silly question. What dictates a novel? Like, is it based on pages or is it like?
Usually it's a certain length. Okay. Like there's a novella, which you've probably heard, and you're like, what is that? Like just like a girl version?
Right.
But it's like it's usually shorter, you know. So it's like under a certain word count, I want to say, or length. But I honestly don't really know. I'm no expert. I mean, I definitely did my like Googling, like what page length determines a novel, and I feel like
I was very like,
you know?
I heard it before, but then I was like, wait, is it the number of words or is it the number of pages? Like, so
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I like reading books that are based, you know, contemporary novels, meaning like they're based in sort of our world, you know, not like fantasy or anything too out there. Right. You know, I just think skateboarding is such a cool setting for that. And it's definitely not like, you know, it's not the athlete's journey type of story. It's weird. Skateboarding is just the backdrop. It's the vehicle for the story that I wanted.
Right. Amazing.
How is, because I mean, I've skated with you for so long, but like, you know, we all get frustrated trying tricks. Was there parts of the book where you felt frustrated on where to move to next?
Where I wanted to like focus my computer?
Seriously.
I mean, like I can only imagine you being, because I know that you really hone in on that stuff and and you want to make it the best, but I couldn't even imagine doing it myself. I wouldn't know what to do.
Oh my god.
What was that like? Like, how do you manage through that?
Yeah, that's a good question, because like there were times that I was super frustrated with the story or just felt like it wasn't working, but I can't really remember specific moments. There's just like I felt like there would be periods of time where I was stuck with it. Like, this is like a plot hole. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. And I would just kind of like put it on ice. And then I feel like what would usually happen is something would happen in my like travels or with my friends, and it would be like, oh, that's how that worked. That's how that should be resolved, or something like that.
Your real life answered the question.
Right.
It's like you're playing solitaire, then you're stuck, and then something random happens. You're like, oh, I got it, dude. Like you can move, you can do something. That's kind of that's awesome.
Man, that's incredible, bro. Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, this is a novel, and you did it. Like, it's crazy. I can't even imagine. You know,
how did you come up with the name?
Top of
Mason. So the story all sort of revolves around this street in San Francisco called Mason Street. And yeah, you'll just have to read and find out.
Okay. Well, how does it end? Just give us a cliff. Just give us a cliff notes. No, you don't want to do. Okay, we won't do that then.
Yes.
Congratulations.
No, seriously.
Dude, definitely congrats.
Seriously.
You, yeah.
And if you do want some, sitting here, I was actually thinking, because we were joking earlier about me reading the book on tape or whatever, but I did get hit up a lot. And like sitting here thinking, amazing. I'm like, these people who do these book on tapes, audibles and stuff like that, like, do you know how long it would take me to read this book into a recorder? Like, it's
so
crazy
to read,
and then
it takes so long to read a book.
Yeah, in general.
And when you're reading, you're skimming, you're reading fast. Like,
totally.
I can't imagine. And like, they must have to script it out a little bit, because they'll do voices. That book. This book has a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of characters, and it's just a lot of talking, and that's why I say it's a very easy read, because I'm not trying to win any literary awards. I'm not trying to like do anything that's just too heavy and like, I'm taking myself so seriously. Like, I want it to be fun, engaging, and just like flow through, Well,
I mean, in skateboarding, you might have won the literary award, because there's no other skaters doing that.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
This dude's out there. Evan Scheffelbein wrote a cool little book.
Really?
I feel like I've seen him describe it as a novella, because it is shorter, but I don't, again, like I bought it at a skate shop, honestly, and was like, whoa, this is cool. And it's based in, it has like a little skate story too.
That's awesome.
Well, Carl Watson did his skateboard book.
He did.
True. Yep.
That's a book I read. I read that book.
I read that book.
Did you read it?
I did.
Did you help him
with my
with
son, though?
Did you help him with that one too?
No, I didn't. I mean, he actually did show me a draft at one point. And I was like, "Oh, this is awesome, dude! You got to do it." But I feel like it was different than what he ended up publishing. But he was telling me about it, and I was so psyched, because I was like, "Yes, dude, a kid's book needs to happen."
Super cool.
And can you just download this to like a Kindle or like the book?
You will be able to soon.
Oh, okay.
For the first month, I thought it'd be kind of special for everyone to like get a physical book, and like,
how do they get it?
It's
Barnes and Nobles.
No, I'm just selling it through old friends.
Oh, so you got a bunch printed, sent to you.
Well, no, you know what's amazing? I didn't even do that. I did for a test run, just to like see and to send to some friends, but it's a print on demand thing. Wow. So it's like people click a button and then it gets made.
Wow.
That's good, because this is good
sick
quality.
This company nails it. And it's so it makes it's really empowering, because it's hard to break into the book world and like get a proper get a proper publisher, and this is really puts it into the hands of like, you, Chris, your little story, dude. Dope. Just write it, put it out. Why not?
Super dope. Are they local?
Yeah.
Or are they like?
I actually don't know where they're based. I feel like they have printers everywhere, because I'm able to print it all over the world, and the shipping is super cheap. So I'm assuming that they can print them like in Canada or like in Europe. Then
that's because you don't have to have anything on hand. You just, somebody orders it, they print on demand, and boom, they get Walker Ryan's
Wait, and
book.
what's the turnaround?
It's pretty fast. I mean, everything was under 2 weeks, depending on like
wow.
shipping.
That's super sick.
Good deal.
Yeah, listen, an Audible is instant.
We're gonna talk business after.
I'm just saying, man. I can do voices too if you want. Hey, a man shouted inside the room. We're still in here. Sherry shut the door and turned to Henry. She put a hand over her mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
or you get Morgan Freeman
a little bit.
Morgan
Freeman is the go-to.
Yeah, you got to get Morgan Freeman, dude.
Yeah, Kelly, I'm trying to get a gig here.
I'm sorry, dude. Morgan Freeman might be a better option. So.
Okay, if Walker Ryan could get Morgan Freeman to read his Audible book, I'll let that go.
I won't put it past him, dude. Won't put it past him.
Yeah, I might have to retract on that.
If you want me to read it in like a Matthew McConaughey kind of vibe, I could do that too, man.
No, there's a lot packed in there, you know, and it's fun. Like even Kelly, like when I first started writing it, you know, the character is I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But it was like a little bit inspired initially by sort of the kind of like the weird predicament you were in, like in, you know, 2014, which is like, you are a pro skater, but you didn't get that fucking board at the time. You know what I mean? Like towards the end of the expedition days. And it's like, that's like a fucking weird thing, you know, like you were a pro skater, like before I even got on KO, but you didn't like have the board. And then what is that? It's like a weird spot to be in when you're, you know, like 29, 30 years old. Like I'm so psyched everything like happened the way it did for you, you know, and like getting the board and like, it's like, yes, dude, it's fucking
thank you. Thank you so much. And it's like, it's something that happens to a lot of other people too. Like, you know,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't you that the character's based on or anything, but that situation, which is like, happens to so many people.
No, it's common.
And so that's like the character, you know, only it like he's slipped away. So it's like now it's that thing that like passed. You know what I mean? Like so there's just a lot of that, you know, where it's like, oh, what's like my friend feeling or what that's like to go through. Like I want to kind of imagine.
You know what's going to be funny, because I am going to read this book, and there's two reasons: to see what you did, because I want to hear the story, but who you're referencing in this book is what's going to make me laugh harder, because I might know who you're talking about in certain things.
Yeah, for sure. But because you've been around my crew of friends, you know, like
totally.
We had like a wild group of guys. We all have as skateboarders, you know, there's so many cool personalities in skateboarding and such a diverse collection, you know.
Totally.
Whether if they're like big pros, or just like the homie, like there's so many good characters out there. They're
exactly.
The surrounding homies definitely are like the really colorful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Straight up.
Totally.
Yeah.
We got our homie Hank down. Where is he back up north now?
No, he's still in San Diego.
He's still in San Diego. Man, we live with this guy, Hank Teskey, dude. One of the funniest guys I've ever met, but I met him through Walker. Yeah. But like, dude, he was the homie, always hung out, but you never saw him in the videos really. He was just always, he was always around doing his thing.
Yeah. But he's like the one that made that day so memorable.
Yes.
For whatever clip that that happened. You know, he's like that kind of person. And
exactly.
Every crew has that kind of, you know, has a Hank and has like,
totally.
So there's a lot of that in there.
Man, I think I'm reading a sex scene right here, bro. This is good, man. Wow.
Yeah, it's not exactly PG. It's definitely not PG. Okay. Maybe not even PG-13 if we were going to put some rating.
Well, the next one is R-rated.
Rated R.
Wait, can we make a movie?
NC-17. No, NC-17.
Let's make this into a movie, dude. It's the next thing, you know. It's kind of like Hank Moody. You know, you get that book and put it into a movie.
You know what? I'll slide this in front of Spike.
Spike
Slide it in front of Spike. We'll see what we can do.
Listen, Spike Jonze, Morgan Freeman, goddamn, I have no chance whatsoever to do anything with this goddamn book.
Come on.
God.
We're reaching for the stars here, aren't we?
That is true, though, that people have hit you up to do books and stuff, because I've never thought about that, but you would be amazing at
See,
that.
that's what and we joke about it on the show.
I thought you were joking.
No, people have hit me up.
I could have sworn that I was the one that said that. I was like, Chris, I think you'd be good at audiobooks.
Yeah, when you said that, I thought maybe you were serious.
I know, I kind of was. To be honest, dude, I kind of was.
Amazing.
No, because I always get it, because like I always get comments.
You have a
like,
soothing
your
voice.
Not that you wouldn't.
It's a very soothing
But I thought you were
voice,
joking.
No, I'm dead serious.
That's amazing.
Right.
I love it.
People wanted me to do voiceover work.
Maybe novellas, like shorter versions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's start with some novellas, dude.
Morgan Freeman could do this book on your next novella. I'm available.
There you go.
I don't want you to get stuck at page 180 and be like, I can't fucking finish this thing, man. I can't.
Dude, page 180. Try page 1. That's how hard it is, bro. It's like, whew, man, I don't know. It's
For the crew, I got my money on Roger though to finish it first.
Yeah, you actually
we'll see.
wrote that in the thing. Hope you enjoy the story, Chris. Thanks for everything, Walker. And then in Roger's book it says, "Hey, Raj, you're probably the only one who's going to read this. So thank you so much."
That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
We'll see. Prove me wrong.
I will prove you wrong. And I'm going to record every word of it.
That's so good.
Okay? And we're going to put this on Audible.
Yes.
Oh wait, what did mine say? I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, it just said Kelly, and that's it.
This is Kelly.
Oh wait, Kelly, hope you like it, Walker.
Mine's at the house already.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you.
A feat that not many people can accomplish.
But anyone could. I mean, that's like the other
beg to
empowering
differ.
thing about this. No, really. Like you come up with some goofy ideas, dude. You can.
But here's the thing. Okay, maybe people can do it, right?
Yeah.
But is it going to be good enough where people will buy it and read it?
I'm still testing that. You know, some people are buying it, but let's see if they read it.
There you go.
Listen, and that's the only thing you right. You just listen, put it out there. I wonder. Have you?
It was the big leap of faith because it's like super nerve wracking. I mean, there's a lot of like sharing going on in this thing that's like, whoa, do I want to put this out there? But
nah, you got to.
I got it copy edited. It's clean. That was like my main thing. Like I don't want to have like errors and issues that like turn off a reader. But
all joking aside about the Audible stuff, have you even looked into that aspect of it? Like, are there companies out there that will put together like a reading of the book for Audible?
I honestly kind of haven't because I sort of assumed that that's something that you do through that a publisher like really lines up. But
gotcha.
But I mean,
there's got to be.
There's got to be. I mean, why not DIY it? You know, you can like find a friend who can record it. And like, I have talked with my.
You just wink at me. You just wink. Find a friend that record it. No, but I feel like there are those. I feel like there are, because I just think that's a good step. Right? Yeah. Let's put the book out, then do an Audible.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the ultimate because I love audiobooks. And
man,
you know, my grandmother has published a bunch of novels. Mm-hmm. That's been her career. Amazing. And she had one of her books recently turned into what Audible does. Also, it's these Audible originals where they have like actors play the characters. Okay. And it's super cool. It's like listening to a movie or something like that.
It's almost like old school radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they would have the little sound effect guy and they'd have the two people acting out the scene and stuff. And people gather around the radio at night, you know?
Yeah. Not a lot of people know about that era. Like that is like a part of our...
It was an era.
It's part of our podcasting history, you know?
I don't know anything about that era. Raj has told me a lot about it, but he's
a lot.
No, seriously though, you can get it on old friends.
Yeah.
Oldfriends.com. Is that the website?
Old Friends and Co.
Oldfriendsandco.com. If you want to check out Walker Ryan's book, man.
Thank you.
Listen, you're not only a novelist, you're a very talented professional skateboarder. Mm-hmm. So we, well, first of all, man, anything going on right now? I mean, are you filming for anything? Are you putting out something? Are you working on anything? What's your vibe at the moment?
So the vibe is, you know, I'm in New York. COVID has thrown, as it has everyone, thrown our life into like a big old question mark because we moved to New York because my wife, she took a new role with the company she works for that's based here in Manhattan. Mm. But, you know, they're going to be working from home until July. So we actually, as of today, locked in a subletter. So we're going to head to California in January. If we can scheme it, go to Europe. Like, we're going to just kind of hit the road. We're hyped.
Jesus, yeah. You get a vaccine or what? Goddamn.
Well, there's ways we've been, you know, doing as much research as we can. But I think you can show up some places in quarantine and then drive around. And we'll see. I mean, like I said, big question mark.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, we're stacking some clips in New York when I can. Cool. I haven't skated in a couple months because I've been dealing with Lyme disease. Have you guys heard of that?
What?
Yeah.
You got Lyme disease?
Give us a synopsis of what exactly that it entails.
It's pretty fucked up. It's like, so we've been on Martha's Vineyard Island in Massachusetts since March, and we came back to New York in October. and it's very tick heavy. So, and it's a part of the country where almost all the ticks, or it's a good chance if you get bit by a tick, like it's gonna be sick with Lyme disease.
Oh,
like
wow.
Ticks carry it.
Gotcha.
And so, we must have got bit at some point. These fucking ticks are so small you don't even see them. They're they're like a little freckle,
like a flea.
Look. It's so it's crazy.
Wow,
But
I picture ticks like big old things, right?
No.
Burn
These
off
things,
with the lighter.
Shit, yeah.
no, these things are tiny, and so I mean, I started having like knee joint pain, and it was in one of my knees, and I was like, oh, it's for sure some skate shit,
Yeah.
And then it was my other knee, and they were both like swelling up, and fucking Dr. Google will scare you into submission.
Gosh.
But like it is a common symptom with Lyme disease that your joints swell up. So I got tested and it came back positive, and so did my wife, which is
Oh man.
so it's been fucking with me the last 2 months, which has sucked. But
How long does this last?
I mean, I'm hoping the antibiotics kick it. But, the scary thing about Lyme disease is that it can show itself in so many different ways. It's still sort of an unknown disease.
Okay. Huh.
And, people can get it and not know they have it. They just think it's something else.
Right.
For a long time. And then it can become chronic, which is like sticks with you for life. So it's a scary one. I would recommend anyone out there who like might be dealing with, especially if you're in New England, if you might be dealing with some weird symptoms that don't have any answers, just get a Lyme test, because it could be the cause.
Interesting. Wow.
It's been a bummer, but it's like I'm starting to roll around again, which is good. But it is weird. I mean, I've been, knock on wood, like fairly lucky with injuries. I had a meniscus tear, and I've had some really bad ankle sprains and shit. And like this is like coming on some of the longest time I've been like fully off my board, and it's like from a damn tick. Like, it's so annoying,
right?
dude.
Man,
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. That's
No, it's all good. I mean, no, I'm not looking for the
no, it's
pity party or anything. It's just it's been what I've been dealing with the last couple months. But otherwise, like I was just stacking I want to do like an old friends video, hopefully like a shared SIBO thing, something with like either a shared part, or maybe it'll turn into like a kind of like a mini promo thing.
Sick.
Because SIBO's always killing it. And then a little Sovereign video. We've gone on a few trips and we're starting to stack. So
dude, your guys' footage on trips is insane, dude. You guys kill it. Nate Greenwood.
Ryan and Tommy, dude, they're the filmers. They just put together like art every time we go on a little trip. They're so good.
Amazing. So old friend stuff, maybe a little Sovereign video.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Any more any more epic switch backside flips coming?
I got ideas. Kelly, I got my list.
Yeah.
I got like so many I want to do.
What else do you have left? You've done almost everything.
I know. I was just thinking like Love Gap, triple set down.
he hasn't checked off the list yet. He has still more.
El Toro.
Some weird ones, yeah.
El Toro. Wow. Well, since we're on the subject, we did pull a bunch of clips. And
cool.
This clip right here is Switch Tray. Downtown LA Library.
Oh, hell yeah.
Downtown LA Library.
Amazing.
Yeah, that thing. That's the big side too, right?
Well, what's funny? When we went there, I was like, so this was the first, I want to say this is like the first session I went on when I met up with the Sovereign dudes. And I was like, I want to film like an LA park, because I'd never really skated. I'd skated LA, had sessions, but I'd never put something together like start to finish in LA.
Sure. Because you were in San Diego.
I was like, I lived in San Diego, and I lived in San Francisco, and LA just, I hadn't really gotten it in.
Right.
And I fully was like talking, when I called this trick out, I was talking about the small side. I thought that was like the thing, and we get there, because I'd skated that side before, and it's pretty mellow.
Yeah.
And Ryan, the filmer, was like, nah, dude, like you can't do that side. Like that's not the spot. I was like, oh, dude, damn it. This thing's actually big. Like you'd be surprised how much that like kind of extends the gap, and
I was
makes
gonna
it
say,
sketchy too.
How much bigger is it on the?
I mean, it makes it feel like you actually have to like go fast. Whereas the other side, you could
more of a
just
drop.
poke at it. Yeah. It's more of a drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't you do something else on the other, like switch back big spin on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But now I'm thinking like I got to do it on that side now because I didn't really do it at the spot, according to some people.
Sure. But dude, you did it perfect, bro. Like literally, it's like you switch ollied it and rode away. And
hell yeah.
Crazy.
That's a tall drop too, man.
Yeah. I think that gap is just so classic LA.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
It really is.
And I always tripped out how
good.
I mean, it's thin on top but wide enough, and those type of gaps always trip me. I mean, they're fun, but they fuck with your
They're
head a little bit.
scary, dude. Yeah, your toes could get caught on the rail there, in a way that, and the water, and that side has the water too.
Gotcha.
It's just there's opportunities to get smoked.
Right.
I didn't even think about the rail. I didn't realize that.
I know. I didn't think about it either. Your little toes can get in there. Huh. Since we're on the switch trays, though, this switch tray was insane into this ditch.
Oh hell yeah!
God
That
damn,
one.
bro.
Going switch into that band.
I know.
Dude.
Like just riding down that thing switch.
thing
I'd be
is-
like, okay. And who's it just doing on the bike? Just random?
Yeah, random
Guy in
drive-by,
the LA River.
Caught an epic moment.
I know.
Straight up.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted to do switch flip, and I tried switch flip 2 days. Like, even that day I was trying it for a couple hours.
Oh, wow.
Hills. I don't know what it was. I could not put my fucking feet on the board. It was so weird. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to mix it up. Switch tray might work, and it happened in
Dude,
10 minutes or something.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
amazing how skateboarding works sometimes. You're
So
just like,
weird.
I'm
It's
trying to
so
switch
weird.
flip, and then you're like, you know what? Let me just try a switch tray, and it's just like you said, in fucking 5-10 minutes, there you go.
I have no idea. I'll never understand why. Because like it's not a big gap. It's like you're going pretty slow. It's getting your head around like riding into that bank. And I think I needed to just change something. 'Cause I was so spooked.
Well, I can see it also because if you're switch flipping, right, you're gonna do a switch flip, and you're still gonna be kind of level out, and then you got to go down more to go, to then land into the bank.
Yeah.
Maybe a switch tray, it just kind of flows around there, and you can catch it and go like it's one motion.
Yeah.
I feel like a switch flip, you're going out, down.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
it's
know.
I think that I think you
Makes
just nailed
sense.
it because it kind of goes up in a way, whereas a switch tray can kind of just go out.
It goes
you know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah. No, I
there's
think about
something-
too is like on a more simpler trick, just a switch flip. It's not simple, but just when there's just a flip involved, there's more time you're thinking in the air, like what to do with what you're doing.
100%.
And when you're switch
Yeah.
traying, you're focusing on the board flipping, and you're like, oh, like you're lost in that, not trying to think about, oh, am I gonna bail this or not? You know what I mean? Like
100%. No, I think that's exactly what it was too.
Yeah, that's so weird how that works, dude. But you
Yeah,
have,
and
you're lucky. I mean, you're not lucky, but you've worked so hard at getting good at switch trays that you could just do that. Because if a lot of people can do that,
No.
But I still think I would have preferred the switch flip. But I appreciate I appreciate that. I don't know why. Like I don't. Yeah.
I know what you're saying,
But,
though. You went there to go
yeah.
do that, but I mean,
Yeah.
switch trays, it's better.
The thing with that bank though is dude, it was so scary to ride down. Like it was so scary to ride down from the top regular. I never even tried it switch, and you could see me get squirrely right there. Like whoa, like it it moves.
Wow.
that must
I
have
was
felt
so
very
psyched.
relieving at the end.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a rush.
Speaking of when Kelly says you've worked so hard on your switch trays and everything, this one, and you don't see this one too often either, probably not hardly ever. This is back in the day.
Oh hell yeah!
Switch tray 5-0.
Pulling it from the depths, dude. I don't know
What
if you
video
know
was this?
the sunglasses. I had sunglasses on.
This is Welcome to Organica part,
Welcome
right?
to Organica, okay.
Yep.
You don't see this almost ever.
Hell yeah.
Even now,
I'm gonna-
like switch tray 5-0.
Yeah, the only person I've seen do it was Javi down like the mock at Sans. He put he put like the little bench down the stairs.
Javier Sarmiento?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
But that's like
I
maybe
can see him doing that for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna credit some Spanish hash joints for that one. that was like the sickest trip. I was fresh out of, I call it like my graduation trip. Like I'd graduated high school and I went to Spain with my homie Jim Lalonde filmer from the Bay Area, and Roberto Aleman. Have you ever come across Robert?
Oh, wow. You wrote for Consolidated, right?
Pro? Yeah. And so we just stayed in like his family house. Oh, and the homie Jeff too, Jeff McDonough. But we were just cruising around. That was in Alicante, dude, and just Spanish vibes. It was so fun. Like, you know, fresh out of high school, like kind of funding my own trip. I'd been working at a movie theater. I had some savings. I was hyped. And we just, that was that like first, you know, kind of first in like skate trip vibe for me. So I was just hyped.
That's awesome, dude.
That was good, man.
That's a hard trick to get up onto a ledge, like, and then actually just aim it for the 5-0.
And then also just know that you have to kind of pop out.
Yeah.
I mean, not pop out. You know what I mean, though. The 5-0, like, if it was the end of a ledge, you'd feel more like, okay, I can just grind this out.
There's more control in this, right?
Sure.
Totally, yeah. But that was a hazy session is all I'll say. I really don't do weed well. Like I've never been like get high and like skate.
Right.
But I just remember that session. I was like,
perfect.
Really
it worked.
It did
the
you
good
well
ratios.
It did you well that session.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Now, I can
that
see
was the last time.
I could see now why you would.
I mean, why else did I have sunglasses on and like an open shirt, almost like a half open shirt? I was thinking I was way sick.
Well, did you smoke a hash joint before you did this? Switch straight down Rincon.
I should have maybe to get out of my head.
This is look at this.
Yeah,
perfect. Look at that. You can't ride away from that better. You can't.
I still get like a high from that, from watching that. The sense of relief is a very different kind of high, but it was.
I was living with you during this time, and you would be out skating, and I'm like, did you get switched tray? And he would come back multiple times, like, dude, I didn't get it today.
Oh wow, you went back multiple times for this.
I mean, I think it was like 7. I feel like Lee DuPont sometimes gives me shit and makes it seem like I add a number every time I talk about it, which might be happening, but I really think it was like 6 or 7 times, maybe even 12. No, I'm just kidding.
So when you go there like multiple times, how many tries are you actually trying to jump down this? Like, I mean, 10,
Kelly, you weren't there for any of the sessions, Kelly?
Man, I don't think I was, to be honest, because I've only been to that. I've been there a couple times. I just can't remember. I can't remember you trying that, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I don't think I went there with you.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question, like for me, it would just be a carcass huck for hours. Like I'm talking hours of like until I could not physically like bend down to like pop. I'd be like, all right, I'm walking away. Like I would just you throw down and then if my feet aren't perfectly set up, like I just have to flail it, you know. And every try I would just like. I mean, every time I would go, I would stick. And then that time, the time I finally landed it, I decided to try the 10 stair first to get a bunch of sticks out of the way and land it. So like I basically had the timing down better so I could wait for it in the air and know I was going to land it. Right. Whereas like, I mean, stair hucking, I don't know what the process is for a lot of guys out there, like Joslins and dudes who just, you know, can throw every flat ground trick down like a Rincon level set. But for me, you know, I usually go to like a 3 stair the day before or earlier that day and like do a bunch of it and then go. But like a 3 stair is so different than a 14 stair. You know, like there's so much more time in the air that you have to either slow down the trick or just know you're going to flip it and catch it and hold on to it. You know? And I feel like what's so interesting about stair skating is this slow motion process that you have to do for the trick where it's like you're essentially doing the trick in slow motion.
Like you got to flip it slower than you normally would on
and your only opportunity for that is in the in the air off the 14 stairs. So there's not much like practicing you can do. That's why it's so incredible that some guys, you know, like I say, again, I just think of Jocelyn because he can win, you know, Battle at the Barracks, and then he can do each one of those tricks down a freaking gap, you know. It's
absolutely.
Like, it's so wild.
Like a Shad's like that too, I feel like.
Shad's like this tattoo. Yeah, it's insane. Dude.
So you're telling me you switch trade the tan up top before you did that?
Yeah, so I did it so I could do it like 3 in a row or something like that, and then I went to the
dude. That's a clip in itself, dude.
Straight up.
Dude, people tray flip that as a single clip, and I thought that was I thought that was the illest thing. This guy just does it to warm up.
Isn't that funny though?
That's amazing.
Like I love this, Jeron.
Yeah.
You could, like Walker was saying, he went back there 10, 12 times.
Let's make it 15.
As his exaggeration.
The battle's real sometimes. You already know.
But then the one that you do, you try so many hours and hours, and then you do it perfect.
Picture perfect.
Oh, and that was the first stick too. That was the cool thing.
The first
That
ever.
That day, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That day.
No, that day. Yeah.
I just think it's incredible that you could just battle this thing and just get tossed and broke off, and then you just do it perfect. Mm-hmm. Like no hand drag, no foot on the ground.
Absolutely.
No complies. That's a barrack. Oh, sorry, that's Battle of the Barracks.
Hey, isn't there there's a pretty fat crack above there? And I looked at it. I would never try to skate that, but I remember looking at it, and the ground kind of goes down a little bit, right?
Yeah. You're nailing it. That's exactly what it is. Because the other thing I would do is I would mix up spots along the set to try it, because I'm like, it's gonna be better here. Like it's got to be better here. It's a little more level, just in my head with it all. Because that would be the problem. Is I would feel like the dip would fuck me up.
Hell yeah. I thought I could have sworn Chris Cole said he would pop before the crack.
I think he did say
maybe.
that.
Yeah. Maybe.
I saw Billy nollie word heel flip it. That's the only time
You were there?
Yeah, I was there for that. And I was like,
I was hoping you were there when I did it. I think it must have been the time I did it, because one of the times Andy Arabito was there and he tried to ollie it, which was so sick. For you guys who don't know, Andy Arabito is this gnarly Navy SEAL, and he's just like a beast.
Yeah.
And he was like an active Navy SEAL, and he would come on skate sessions and huck it, and it was so sick.
He's awesome, dude. I haven't seen him for a while, but shout out to Andy, man. He's just this big buff dude that he would just try shit, dude.
Yeah.
You were just
because we grew and he was just hyped on it. We grew up in Napa together skating. He was a little older, but in San Diego he had this skate house where it was such a cool thing. He basically, he's a SEAL. He would go off to war, but he had this skate house with only skaters living in it, and it was like a huge crew. You remember parties at that house, right? It was like so many people were living there. It was insane.
Wasn't there a story about Peter Smolik there where the tarantula got lost or something?
Yeah. No, it was a scorpion. It was a scorpion.
What happened with that again? What happened?
Andy, I feel like
you talked about this. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But go ahead, real quick. What happened?
Well, just Andy would come back from the desert with creatures like tarantulas and scorpions, and had
rattlesnakes.
an aquarium.
Jeez.
Yeah, rattlesnakes.
Wow.
Dude was gnarly.
And one night Smolik yanked it out and let it fly into the living room, and I just had to sleep on the couch with the scorpion loose, and it was terrifying.
Oh my God. I would have got my black light and looked around. I would have found that thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my goodness.
Let's keep this going because we have two kind of gnarly switch backside flips. Okay. The first one, of course, Santa Monica triple set.
Yes.
Which is no joke. This thing. And look, you even kind of were squirrely right there, to be honest.
Yeah.
The run-up sucks switch, huh?
That's what I'm saying. There's that grate right there. You run right over the grate.
Yeah.
And then boom, you do it perfect.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, that was
perfect.
Amazing. And then
the guy steals a camera.
Yeah, well, so first of all, shout out to Kurt Winter. Kurt Winter did it first back in the day.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Winter. I remember that kid.
I think it was Kurt.
Wow.
Yeah, he did it.
Float by Chocolate.
I didn't.
Was he?
That.
Kurt Winter.
I think it was
Australian
a digital
kid or something.
Yeah. I think it was a digital video.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell, Kelly?
No.
Yeah, no, it does.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Kurt Winter rings a bell, though. I remember that kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I had this whole, because if you saw the Old Friends video, I wanted to insert all of these. I mean, this is basically my desire to write a novel. I wanted to have all these scenes that these things that could happen. I've always thought would be so funny if they happened.
Right.
And just execute them. And I thought like, I had all these different ideas, so many that didn't come through. And I wanted to make them, like filmed on a VX, make it seem believable. But like by the end, they're a bunch of skits.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to like lie and like make it this like, oh, this actually happened. Like,
Yeah.
but I just was like, oh, switch. Like I feel like I wanted to do a trick that like hadn't been done, but I was like, I could probably like switch backside flip it. But like the thing that's crazy about that triple set is the run up is so bad. Yeah. I mean, it's probably had its phases, but right now the wood is almost like unwritable on, or however you would say it. Like it is so jacked. And so the fact that like the amount of tricks that have gone down on that thing is so crazy. Like I'm pretty comfortable with switch backside flips, and like it was a 3+ hour mission to get
that guy had to stand on his bike just waiting for you to land it and then finally go.
It was SIBO, for those who want to know.
God.
Amazing.
SIBO had to just fucking wait there, ready to like, and I was just so at the end. I was just toast. I did not think it was gonna work.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like you would think in a skit, like, okay, I'll just ollie it, and then the guy will steal the camera. This is gonna be easy, right?
That's
No, he picks the hardest trick.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And what if SIBO fucked up and like just like
what if he started? What if he had got a burrito or something?
Yeah.
Like, and he wasn't there.
I can't believe it actually worked out because it was so. Especially with the VX, it's not like we even got to watch it right after we did it. It was like, oh, let's see. Hopefully
we got it.
Yeah.
How many VXs?
It was fun,
how many VXs did you go through filming for that video?
Dude, I went through a lot. I like the worst part for me with that being like the first video I've filmed with a VX. Like I've been involved with videos, and we remember the shuffle video we made back in the day. Like I didn't have like an actual VX 1000. I had a 2000, and I would just kind of like skate with people and use their VX 1000s. So this was my first, and it was so frustrating because it was like actually like had some issues with the coloring. And the whole time filming it, I was just torturing myself, like color correcting and white balancing and trying to do these things. And it wasn't until the end that I realized like it was just actually like messed up. So there were a couple with that end, but then we had some fun with like, breaking some, doing some other little skits with it.
Very believable though. When I first saw that, I was like, "Whoa, seriously?"
Yeah.
He took off with his camera.
The one you did at the sand gaps, with the scooter going by, like that was believable because that had just started, like the whole bird craze, and you're like, the fucking birds, that's what they're gonna do, and then like smash your camera. So it was believable.
That was so funny because it wasn't even planned like that. I just wanted to. Basically, so I got that VX like, it wasn't a real VX. It was like, it was a real VX, but it wasn't like a functioning camera. It was kind of like loosely
like a
put
frame?
together. Yeah, with like some internal stuff. The homie Aaron kind of like made it for that reason. So I knew it would break when we tossed it. And the fact that there was that dude there, he just was posted up like with the Lyme scooter, whatever you call it, the bird. I think that one was a Lyme in particular, which was like extra offensive with the green. First of all, is it still cracking in Venice? I've been gone for like a year.
Yeah, they're still going. But
the
locals, I feel like the locals don't really fuck with them.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't use it, but
did you ever?
I've used like 3. I'm pretty sure I used 3, and I was like, it's pretty. I mean, I had to get to point A, point B, and it worked.
You just feel so stupid though when you're on it. You're like, you feel kind of cool. You're like, damn, I'm going fast, but you know how stupid you look, so you're like,
dude, I would take the back road so nobody would see me. Anyway, so the guy was there with the Lyme, and what happened?
This guy was there, just literally looking at his phone, and I tried to explain. I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna run into you, like just. When I hit you, just like push off, like just, and it was just, I couldn't have planned it. He had a Lyme with like a matching green longboard that he was mall grabbing. You like couldn't you couldn't have scripted it. And he was also European and had this like very like, oh yeah, he was just clueless. And it was so funny. I'm like, this will trigger people so hard. Like this will be so
it was
funny.
good, man. You definitely threw some good little skits in there, man.
Yeah.
Love it,
fun.
bro. Hey, let's talk about this one. This is the infamous. We've talked about it. We've gone over it on your episode and everything. But come on, man. You can't be playing clips without playing the switch backside flip down the love gap.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that was like one of the last tricks to go down on it. Really, I mean, there's a few tricks after, but this is towards the end of it, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what was weird? That was like the year. There was one more quote unquote season, because they drain it in November, and not that much stuff went down that round. I don't know why. Like maybe it was like a cold year, or people were just trying crazy things. Antonio almost switched trade it, which would have been so sick.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised you didn't try that.
I mean, dude, I don't think so. I feel like we talked about it last time, but you have to go so fast for that thing. And I don't really I'm not the best like haul ass switch tray flipper. Gotcha. I'm like, I'll take some drops, and you have to go fast for that gap, dude. It's a big boy, dude. It's like a real deal.
Well, that's why it's such a monumental spot.
Yeah.
Famous.
Did I text Kelly? I texted you right after, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like I texted you the video. Like
that's what you did. You did text me that. That's right.
Yeah. I was so hyped. That was like
and that was like you had a 2-page spread and Thrasher in that too, right?
Yeah, no, I was hyped. That's awesome. Often think so. You know what's funny? I remember we've talked about this, Kelly. You were like, imagine if you had just put it on Instagram, because I filmed it and I was like, all right, now I'm gonna work on a part for Sabotage, because I like filmed that trick, and then I was like, you know what? I can't just have this trick in the montage or something. Like I want to film a part now, but that would have been like the move, just like drop it on Instagram. Like I always wonder about that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to plan anything out like that. You just kind of do it and you're like, but you were like working on something, that made you start working on something.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, dude. I mean, for sure it would have made noise, but it also did make noise in general. Like, when you did that, people were like, holy shit, it was in a magazine. It was, like.
And that's Dan right there. Dan Z. I used to live with him in San Diego. He's the best.
San Francisco, you mean, right? San Francisco.
Oh yeah. What did I say?
San Diego.
Oh yeah. No, I used to live with him in San Francisco. Thanks. And I like flew. That's like one of the only times I've like got a ticket for someone, because I was like so set on doing a trick. Like I was like, we're doing this. You're coming out. Well, I told it before, but like he did all this research with the city to figure out when they were going to drain it, and like it was a sick mission, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
I mean, you caught that proper, dude.
Again,
look at this catch, Dubs.
Seriously,
look at this catch.
Thanks.
The rotation.
Yeah, so good.
That's just
I'm psyched we got the classic VX fisheye angle too, because that's like a fun way to see that spot.
Sucks that they had that little whatever that is, because you would have just rode right past that.
I know that was like one of the things. That's why I was thinking of texting you, Kelly, because I was like, is it good? Like I'm like, because I'm looking up from landing it and thinking like, oh fuck, I'm about to hit that thing, Like I wasn't sure if I rode long enough, and Kelly.
Oh, you're good.
Didn't the same thing happen to Chris Cole?
Yeah.
Same thing happened to him, right?
But see, like they were still building it here when Chris Cole did it. They had like the wood frame on it, so I was tripping on all that scaffolding. Like I didn't want to fly in through that scaffolding.
Gotcha.
In some kind of way. Like the board would have been more comforting to have. It's like a platform for a big Christmas tree or whatever they build.
Oh, gotcha. Huh. Yeah. Man. Good stuff though, man.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Thanks, dude. Thanks.
Love it, bro.
This is cool. I like what
it's
you guys
fun, right?
With the show. Yeah. And
Thank you, bro.
Bringing in some clips.
Well, it's just interesting because there's a story behind everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, we got this one too, which is gnarly, bro.
Oh yes.
The nose wheelie nollie flip down. What is that spot called?
Supreme Court.
Courthouse drop.
I mean, everybody. God, I mean, another perfect. You can't.
Dude, that's it's
perfect.
That is amazing. But what's more famous about that spot is Law and Order.
Dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dude.
That's this one spot you're like, you see it in so many different movies.
Yeah,
I know.
and then you didn't click on it.
Dude, that's scary, bro.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's terrifying. I mean, I was like, you coming out of a nose manual like that, like you start to turn, you know, when because you basically do like a 90 turn, and I just kept thinking I was gonna over rotate and just pitch forward, you know.
Well, that's the scariest. I mean, just even a nose wheelie, nose manual drop down would be terrifying.
Yeah.
No, but after you land too, then you got to like take that other landing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You got to land it twice.
Right. Yeah. And hope that you're not.
Because if you land that first one, you're just like, you're not gonna just, and you bail the second one, you're not gonna. That's not a clip.
No,
you gotta go and do that again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? That would be amazing. You do that, you stop real quick.
Yeah. Whoa.
Did it?
Whoa.
Did it? What do you mean? I didn't do it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that was a mental battle for sure. Like seriously, it's one of the scarier tricks for me. I mean, some people like Tyshawn and dudes can just rifle off tricks into that thing like it's no problem. But that thing is scary, dude. It's like so different. You can skate the ledge and be pretty safe, but there's something about like that that like stick factor, because you can stumble on a stick. You know, skating a 3-stair, you can stick and like trip, and then you're rolling. You know, you don't want to be rolling. You know, off that.
It's terrifying.
Ledge.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth, I've never seen that ledge from this angle. It's pretty tall, actually.
And it's straight on. You're either skating it from the side really high, or you're only hitting it like from the back.
Yeah, there's like 2 different stairs you could skate it from.
Yes, you could skate it up and over. Yeah. So if you wanted to maybe do like a 180 switch crook, you go from the top.
Yep.
Straight on, nose grinds, tail slides, whatever like that.
Yeah, I remember watching TX. I think he did a back 180 switch front crook to forward. And
that's gnarly.
It was super sick. And I remember watching it, you're like, because it took him a while to do the actual trick, and then he does it, and you're like, oh, and you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? Like, is he gonna take the drop or what? And then he does it. You're like, fuck, that was gnarly. There's so many different steps to that spot. It's like,
oh, seriously.
Well, because here's the one you skated the stair, the 5.0.
Oh, damn, pulling
5.0 manual.
Oh, dude,
out the woodwork, dude.
Crazy with that one, dude.
Hell yeah, that's.
Now wait, which stair did you skate that one straight on?
Damn.
I think so, yeah. Which
you
is
have
weird
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, people have done some crazy stuff on there. Like that was like one of my first trips, like just cruising around New York, you know, just all psyched.
Okay.
People have done some jacked stuff on there. Can I just say something though? Like I feel like I've been a little distracted because it's hit me that like Chris Roberts and Jeron Wilson are like going through clips of mine. Like I'm having sort of a hard time with this. Like it's not really like you guys are just the dudes I grew up worshiping. Like it's kind of hard to. I don't want to like let this slip by and just not say like this is thank you.
Much appreciated.
It's really like weird. And Kelly, I'm sure you feel the same way every freaking day. With these
trip
dudes.
out
like,
hanging out with these dudes.
Yeah.
It's like it's the coolest shit ever. So yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying.
Cheers to you guys and everything.
Cheers
for skateboarding.
Cheers, Walker.
I love you guys and what you guys
Thank
continue
Likewise,
to do. It just stokes me out, man.
We're just having
it's
fun.
Really cool.
You know,
I love
that's
it.
what I always tell people.
Oh,
thank you so much for doing this. Blah blah blah. I said we're just having fun. We just sit around and we bullshit. You know, it's not. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And give praise to those dudes that are riding these skateboards.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
There's still the little kid in me who just like can't really believe this. This little interface is happening. It's just a weird dream, dude. Yeah.
Well, listen. Here's this one is interesting because I think we reviewed this in one of your video parts. The switchback side 180 nose grind, switchback side flip switchback side 180 flip switch 5.0.
I remember that shit.
No, it's not switch 5.0.
What do you call it, dude? It'd be so it'd be a backside flip nose grind.
Yeah. Well,
so
I would say
it's a backside 180 nose grind switch.
Yeah. Switchback flip nose grind. That's what I had to say.
You say switchback side flip nose grind.
It sounds kind of wrong though, doesn't it? It sounds like that describes getting into a nose grind.
Because you're going switch, so you switch backside flip, and the nose of your board is going into grind, so it's nose grind.
So
Starting from the switch aspect of it, right?
Yeah, so we're sticking with the rule that if you put the word switch in front of whatever trick it is, it's just that trick onward. It's not like switch backside 180
to switch back 5-0 or the regular back 5-0. Sorry.
Yeah.
Switch backside.
But if it was nose manual, but like let's say if it was a manu-pad, you'd be like switch backside 180
switch manual.
Nose manual. Or yeah, you wouldn't
switch backside flip manual.
I love this shit.
Flip.
It's like
switch backside flip switch backside flip manual.
Confusing your own self, dude. Like, yeah.
Dude,
anyway, it was a great trick.
Thanks.
It was a great trick.
We don't know what to call it. We don't know what to call it, but I appreciate it. Yeah.
No, but I mean, that trick is no laughing matter. You know, it's a fucking serious trick. Serious trick.
I think that might take.
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that one too? Like, Suchu actually texted me one time. I think he was in the city. He's like, you did switch backside flip nose grind or whatever we want to call it on that spot, right? And I was like, no, but I want to now. I was all like, damn, like I didn't really think about it. Cause I was set back when I was living in San Francisco, I was really set on that being the first spot to do a switch backside 180 nose grind revert, you know, like the all the way around trick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see that on hubbas and rails that much. Right. Like, I mean, I feel like we were talking about this with Elijah's part that just came out. Like, is that the first time someone's done that trick, the all the way around? I mean, even just regular, like all the way around on a rail? Yeah, I kind of think it is,
Maybe.
Which is weird.
I don't know.
So anyway, I tried it a couple times, just like the all the way around, but I realized like, damn, this would be the move. If Suchu already thinks I did it, you know,
right? You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Ride the wave.
But I mean, like, look, you got to switch backside flips. I mean, look at that flick, though. Dude. You know what I mean? That is
so proper,
and that thing's like
perfect. Perfect.
It's a weird spot to skate, isn't it? This is what it looks like.
It's like throw down, go from an angle. It's terrible, dude. It's like right into Market Street where there's just chaos happening.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's done a few of those. Like the one you did in Arizona was good too, man. The one
thank you.
The wedge, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Great trick, though.
Super sick.
Wow.
You ever done the all the way around with that? Like switch back, flip, nose grind, revert?
Yeah. I've done it on like a little ledge, but I've never filmed it. So that's like the next one.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna say this real quick. I remember watching you. We were skating the barracks one time. I think you were doing the United Nations with Organica.
Yeah.
And I watched you just develop a trick, and I thought it was the coolest thing. You did switchback 180 nose grind, front big spin out.
Switch backside 180 nose. Oh yeah.
And like you just like I'm watching it, and he just like watching someone develop this trick that they didn't even think they were gonna try. Almost, I feel like you were trying something else. And
Yeah,
then it just
I think I
worked.
wanted to do frontside flip out. You know, like
wow.
getting the back 5-0 and then frontside flip.
It was just so cool to watch that. Like, and he did it perfect. I was like, the skateboarding's nuts. Your mind can just take you to some weird,
It's
crazy.
It's so cool.
And you unlock the box.
It's fascinating.
Got it.
Yeah.
You should come skate with me more often, Kelly.
I know. You've been doing that, dude. Straight up.
Yes.
I'm kidding. One more because this is fascinating because this switch tray happened to be the cover for Transworld, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That water gap is a famous water gap. People skate that thing all the time.
Not all the time, but
well,
when they do,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's famous.
Yeah,
it's famous.
It's
a famous spot. It's a famous piece of concrete.
So you know what's kind of funny about this one is like, and you know, it was the cover, and it was this elaborate cover where, you know, Dave Kami, he had this idea to shoot a photo like you would shoot a skate photo like you would a surf photo. So like a surf housing kit, you know, where the camera's protected and you're like a little bit underwater, but you're also getting outside. And it's like, to think of a spot where that works is difficult, you know, it's like where it's like a cool looking spot where you could do a worthy trick and be underwater. You know, it's
Did he have a scuba dive suit on?
Oh my God.
You gotta kit?
He had the whole kit. It was so funny. And it was extra funny because it's like 2 feet of water. You know what I mean? Like he didn't need it. He easily could have just been like holding it.
Right.
So the mission was about the cover. I didn't know it was going to be a cover, but about getting a photo that he like with this whole production.
Gotcha.
And like the trick worked out. And it's kind of funny because he actually doesn't use a rollaway. This was in my transworld part, and like you see me land, but you don't see the rollaway. And I remember talking to John Holland. I'm like, is that okay? Like, could have.
Wow. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Are people gonna think it's a bail? And John was funny. He's like, dude, people have seen you do switch trays. They know you could probably fucking do it. Like
if people are questioning if it's a rollaway, Rock Orion, come on, bro.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either at all.
It didn't even occur to me.
No.
Yeah.
What did occur to me was like the definite setup, though. I mean, you got lights there. You got this one light. I mean, it's more than a normal
setup.
Yeah, because he had to light the water. Oh, he had the light underneath the water, so it was crazy, like his whole thing. Yeah.
And then getting back up there must be a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, what do you take?
You got to see.
You got a little boat, a little pontoon boat.
The ferry comes and picks you up around 6:30.
How we doing?
We had a ladder set up, so there was like a ladder connected to a ladder, so you kind of like crawl, like carefully walk along it and then
shimmy on over there.
Shimmy.
It was a shimmy. It was a shimmy setup.
I'd be like, yo, let's go get a bite to eat, man.
And your board's going in the water at a spot like that all the time, so then it's like a waiting game of like drying your board.
Drying it off. Oh my God.
What do you think the gap size is if you could compare it to something stair-wise?
I'd say it's like a short 10 stair.
Okay.
So it's not that big. Like I mean it's tall-ish, but to clear it isn't that crazy.
Oh, okay.
That spot's weird because I think there actually is a bigger version of it. There's several of those kind of situations. So you've seen them in videos, and there might be like a baby one, a big one, and then like
really, it didn't occur to me. I thought this was the one, the one, right. The one. And only.
Wait, so are people skating different ones in other videos?
Yeah, like I think there's one that's like heavy, like a big, like maybe it's big. I can't say for sure. Maybe some San Diego people will be like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? But I have this memory of like, wait, which one do we skate? The same kind of thing with the LA spot, with the library spot. But that was a relief. And again, like it was so, such a mission. Like I think I drove down from San Francisco and it was just all for this photo. And then it was one of those magical sessions where it's like, whoa, I just did it.
I mean,
should I do it again? Like, should I switch back stuff a bit now? Like, what should we do? We're here. Like,
I mean, and also to secure the cover too. That's a good. That's not.
That was hype.
When did you know you got the cover?
Not until it came out. I mean, not until it was actually a really cool moment because Dave Kami. Great shout out
to Kami.
Shout out Dave Kami. I mean,
he's the best.
For so long.
One of the most wonderful people who's like touched so many people's lives. I mean, he's gotten to work with everyone. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But it was incredible because he just had his son. He and Sam just had little Wesley. They had a baby, and I went over to his house to meet his son, and he was so sick. He like it was this exciting. Like, oh, let me see your child, and then he like slid a blanket over, and it was the cover. He had it like right there. It was so sick. I was like,
you're like your son's a little flat. I don't. Where's
covers?
What's under this blanket?
Yeah, like it's like I'm so psyched, but I'm like, it's cooler that you had a kid. Like,
right.
Let's be real.
Anyway, whatever your kid, this cover is. Thank you. No, it's incredible though, sick, because covers are hard to come by. It's only once a month, and nowadays it's only one cover a month. Weird.
It's so wild.
Yeah,
only one mag. Yeah.
But shout out Dave again. Shout out Dave Kami because you guys know about what he went through a couple years ago, right?
He had a little motorcycle accident.
Oh my God, hit by a truck.
Right.
Basically had his whole entire leg like reconstructed.
Yeah. Like multiple surgeries.
Oh man,
he went through it, but he's better now. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, I mean he's walking around. It's awesome, remarkable.
Yeah,
I'm just so happy we still have him.
Yes, absolutely. Scary. That's why shout out Kami.
Definitely
the man.
Yeah, we love you.
Best dude too. You know, just one of those guys.
Yeah.
Always good mood,
great
fun,
energy,
like,
man.
good energy.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, man. Walker Ryan dissecting all his trick, not all of them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's more probably to go
there's
through.
we have more, but
No. Thank you for
let's do this one. Let's do this one real quick, just because we have it, and this is kind of a famous. This spot means a lot to us because of Gino Iannucci.
Shit.
Yeah.
Back 360 manual down the Roslyn base.
So sick.
When I see footage of that spot,
Tribute
I'm like,
stuff.
people don't know how fucked up that spot is, dude. Like, it is so shitty, but
Horrible
like
ground,
so.
but,
I think
like,
they fixed
still
it.
fun. Yeah, I think it's got repaved.
Because back then, when you skated right there,
that's the thing though. Like, some of it got repaved and remade. If you see in the background there by the rail. And that's what people like to go there and skate because it's perfect. Yeah. But the filmer, he's a Long Island guy. And he's like, nah, dude, you're not going to do this trick. You're not going to disrespect Gino by doing it on the new, cute, smooth part. You got to do it on the crust still. So that part is still pretty crusty. Like I'm sure they've like repaved the ground. And I probably had some like, when they repave it and the spot gets smaller, like I bet I got some like advantage like that, you know? But like there's a crack at the bottom. I think there was a little bit of Bondo or something like that. But it's a crusty one, you know?
Well, because you're doing it switch, right?
Yeah.
So Gino did it regular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's still
so you
like,
went up Gino Iannucci, man. How does that feel, bro?
No, it's a tribute, dude. Tribute.
I'm kidding.
Isn't it funny though?
Sure.
Isn't it funny though? Even though yours is switch, you guys literally did the same exact trick. He's goofy and that's goofy.
That's true.
Like if you look at it that
funny.
standpoint, and I'm not saying that obviously we know the difference between regular and switch, but it's funny how it could be. Anyone else could look at that like that's the same exact trick. Like no.
If you didn't know what you were looking at,
It's not because I'm not usually that stance, but it's just funny to think about sometimes.
Yeah.
I know,
Again, proper AF.
Thanks, dude. It's
proper AF.
Dude, was that take you a while?
Yeah, that was hard. I mean, that was like the second time going back, and it was a mission, and it was just like not even to step on Gino's toes or anything. Like I love. I mean, like when I put out the Wilshire part, honestly, like it was a lot of tribute stuff. Like there were some spots you skated dubs that I was like, that stood out to me as a kid. Watching that, like I want to. Like skate it too. Like it's almost just like a fan out type thing, and like, I just like, I always love that, like paying tribute or reminding of like the things that inspired me as a skater when I was,
when I was shows younger. That you paid attention to, the skateboard history, you know what I mean? As far as spots are concerned, so it's,
no, I just,
like you said, it's like a tribute, which is great, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
hell yeah.
No,
totally.
I love that. And like, I mean, that's what it's all, that's what it's all about with skating for me is like just the stuff that got me so excited as a kid, like those moments when you watch a video. It's so weird that like they can leave those impressions on you, but you remember that for like the rest of your life, So it's fun.
It's funny that like so many years ago it would be a one-up. Right. But now it's like a tribute, it's like a certain point in time, it's like that motherfucker did it.
He just did the same shit.
Same shit as Gino. You know what I mean? Like,
what's crazy though?
Times have changed.
When you see Gino skate that spot, he skates it so fast.
Oh
that
my
you're
God.
like, dude, there's no reason to skate that fast. Like switch varial, flip switch Manny going like he's just hauling ass.
But that's the way so comfortable doing it that fast.
Yeah. And that's the way that he skates also. And plus less time on the manual pad. Less time on the manual
faster.
pad. Yeah.
True.
But anyway, what I was going to say is like, there's one side of the tribute, but then also like, I've just always wanted to do that trick and it asks for a downhill Manny. And I did one at the, Torrey Pines manual pad too, but it was kind of I did it like really janky, like,
and that manual pad's short too.
Yeah,
it's like you get on and you're off, and it's a curve
really,
on the bottom.
Doesn't really justify it.
It's not even that satisfying to tell you the truth.
Sure. I know. It's like, wait,
fun.
I'm done. Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah.
That's when you
like,
hold a manual like that.
Yeah. This asks. This makes you hold it for just that little extra like lock in.
For sure.
It just shows.
But shout out for if we're talking about Torrey Pines. I wish I could just like pull up your clips, but you did the
I have
switch
them right
front
here.
big spin.
Just set up. Imagine.
Imagine.
Yeah, I got 10 set up.
You did the switch. You did the switch front biggie to nose manual on that one, right?
Switch from Biggie nose manual. Yeah.
Love that one.
Didn't you do it with the bricks?
Yeah. Did on the bricks.
Which is so.
I think.
Yeah, I think
That's
you did with the
legit.
bricks.
Right,
No, they didn't put the smooth concrete in for a while.
Oh, that's
Dude,
right.
when they did that was like, that was already a hot spot, and people were like, okay, we're going to Torrey Pines today.
Game
Like,
changer.
Yeah.
Again, short manual pad, very fun,
Yeah.
but it calls for the right trick. Yeah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, totally.
I think, Walker did the Switch Impossible nose manual. It's like those type of tricks for that spot is like perfect.
Perfect.
I feel like anytime you do a nose manual on a spot like that, it's art. It's like a next level, dude. Like you landed a manual, it's like any trick can work, but like for you to do the switch big spin nose manual, it's like that's like extra nice. Not many nose manual tricks go down at the Geno spot.
it looks like a fun spot. I've never been there.
I've
Never been there?
No.
Really?
No. Roslyn, no.
I went there one time with Joe Face, and I was just, I went there. I was so tripping on how bad the ground was and the fat cracks at the bottom. I was like, yo, what? This is it? It's like, I ended up, I did switch flip nose manual. I never used the footage.
So you did skate it? You skated nose manual down it? That's sick.
That was super hard to do.
Dude, you have some random clips. Was this when you were wearing like Nikes?
Yeah.
Dude, you have, I was going through old archives and I have like a fakie varial flip fakie manual at the, the like San Francisco spot.
The coffee like zone spot, whatever it is.
Where they put they
black
put the
marble.
where they put the
black
Market Street ledges all together.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm
that
gonna put this out. I want to make like a little edit of all these like random second angle homie clips.
Oh,
like
you
that.
got a lot of footage like that, huh?
People want to see that stuff, dude. Like all these things
fun.
that just like are like hidden, so to say. Like, put them out. Put it
Yeah.
out.
Hey, now's the time.
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, that's what's cool with Walker too, is like, not only was he getting the tricks, he would you would film people, dude.
Yeah, no, I would go on. You would take me on set, like, dude, I want to get this trick. Let's go. We don't have a filmer.
Yeah, like you get second angles all the time. That was damn.
I'm
Lazar.
mostly a second angle guy though. You don't really want to trust me with the. You don't really want to trust me with that.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Lazar, dude. It's our boy.
Yes, dude. Eric was like the dude basically who would come through for every video part I've ever worked on, like to like finish it off or like get some last little clips. Like we've put a lot of mileage in with Lazar, dude.
You guys worked together super well. Maybe the most I've ever seen anyone work with anyone.
Oh.
Like you two are like best buds, like off the board and on the board.
Yeah, I've had so many good trips and sessions with Lazar, dude. He's one of a kind.
Man, you've had and you know what? You haven't stopped. You're writing books. You're putting out video parts. You're going through old footage. I mean, come on, bro. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Old
doing
friends
podcasts.
podcast
Yeah.
now. God.
Yeah.
It's fun though. I feel like as we get older, sometimes people ask like, oh, how come you don't skate much anymore? Or you maybe wonder what happened to that guy or whatever. And like different interests arise and you get into different stuff and you start figuring different things out and you get into something and it could take away a little bit from the skateboarding aspect of it. I mean, this show fucking did, for real. But it's fun, it's fun to create and do stuff and figure stuff out and put stuff out there in the world,
You got to do it, man.
Yeah.
Especially for what you guys are doing, just getting so many stories out there. That's what I love. I mean, I'm just like a story guy, like that's like why I wanted to freaking write one, like you guys are getting to pull these epic tales in such a high quality production level. And I'm so psyched that you guys are just keeping this going, dude. We talked about on the show 5 years now. Do you have an anniversary?
June 6th.
Raj would know. What?
June 6th.
June 6th.
It's the first episode dropped.
So it will be 5 years on June 6th?
June 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 years.
Cool.
Amazing.
So what? It's been 4.5, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Now. Yeah.
4.5.
Cool.
Whew. Don't remind me, man.
I love it.
That's wild, dude. 4.5 years.
So how much time do you think altogether you've been holding that button, Kelly?
4.5 years. No.
Do you have like the buffest fingers?
I have buff ass fingers, dude.
He's a buff ass finger.
Yeah.
One, not plural.
My index is
His index.
Hella buff.
No, it's fun, Walker, man. Like I said, we get into different interests, and me and Raj started this thing, and it was just a fun, the fun turned into work, and the work turned into a thing, and people enjoy it, so that keeps you going too. And then you get to sit down with legends who are telling their stories. And I never thought I'd sit down with Lance Mountain or Caballero or Tony Hawk for hours on end. Jamie Thomas and Mike Vallely. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
insane.
and not only are you hanging out with them, they like want to sit down and talk.
Oh yeah.
A lot of skaters growing up, we all knew like getting in front of the camera was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's like super foreign. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Like I gotta do I gotta do
Even
a voiceover
print. It was
intro.
like, okay, I got to record this, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
sorry, Walker, what were we saying?
No, just like I gotta do a 10-minute. Like we gotta do a voiceover intro for my video part. Nah, dude, I'm cool. Like, I'm
Seriously, yeah,
It doesn't have anything to do with skating. Like, no, I'm not talking. What the fuck is
It's
talking?
crazy. Yeah. Times are different though. I think we kind of came along. Listen, we weren't the first. We won't be the last. But we kind of came along at this podcast, explosion. Where people were really getting into this, and it just worked out. It was like perfect timing, perfect storm. Yeah. And we took it and ran with it.
And I'm still waiting for the Wayne's World. What was it, Wayne's World 2, when they have the set, the garage set, but it's in like a studio.
Yeah.
It's like it's sponsored by Noah's Arcade. Yeah.
Trust me, I thought about that. I'm like, okay, when we get into a studio, we got to recreate this whole fucking
Take
thing,
all
bro.
the photos now.
Yeah.
That just changes the whole.
Imagine you walk into a studio and there's just like two walls, and then like Kelly's area over here is like a wall, and
Well, it's amazing.
that's
'cause
it.
I've been to
Lights.
some of the little trade shows, or what was the Zoomies thing that we saw you at, where you kind of recreate it, like or you
we did
recreated at
the
premieres,
October
right?
or whatever the October event is.
Rocktober, I think.
Rocktober, yeah.
Right.
We did do that.
Yeah.
There were some cutouts. No, but just like I've seen a couple situations where you've recreated it, and I just love it, dude. I just love that you guys kicked it off in the apartment. I've slept on that floor many times. It's sick. It's meaningful.
It is. It's fun, man. It's fun. And we've taken the set to different events, and like, we weren't just going to, set up a table and a couple microphones. It wouldn't be the 9 Club. It would be like, okay, we're going to take this whole thing. We're going to bring our living room
right to the spot.
Do tour or whatever, Lakai video, all these places.
Wow, yeah.
Super fun.
I forgot about those
Bro.
times.
Super fun.
Amazing.
Bro.
So
It's tough now though, because we do have a lot of equipment now. It's like if we wanted to move this, it would be
Oh yeah,
Chaos.
you're gonna have to reconform the show based on
We would
the
have
travel,
to-
the travel show. You know what I mean?
we'd have to dumb it down, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah.
But
Or they could just buy a whole new set, kind of. You think?
okay,
Hey.
sure,
Oh, I mean, like get like a. I mean,
Adidas pretty much did it.
Adidas did it.
they did.
Yeah.
But that was in New York, totally different state. Like we
Right.
flew out there,
Right.
they actually made a neon sign and the bookcases, and we tried to recreate it as close as possible.
Right. Were you happy with it?
Yeah, it was cool.
Dope.
It was cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It was super cool.
We're doing it in front of a live audience. That's next for you, Walker. Is live audience podcast.
We got 5 years to wait.
Okay.
To catch everyone.
Because how long have you been doing it now?
So we launched in July. So it's just
July,
been So we're I don't know if people have noticed or caught on, but we're doing like a 411 kind of illusion with our imaging or with our graphics, and just like we're calling them issues. So we're like issue 6, patella femoral pain is our latest issue. But
Gotcha.
so we're doing we pick an issue, and that's basically like a topic, and then every week we put out a new piece of content. So first week is a 101 video, which is like follow along. So it's like, here are the exercises and here's Kyle's talking. Second one is a deep dive where we like nerd out on the topic. and then a circuit, which is just follow along. And then we bring in a skater like you, Chris, to like talk, like make it relatable.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
that's like, that's the layers. And so, we're 6 issues deep, and we're hoping to just keep
That's
going.
awesome, dude.
And like
that
I
is
said,
a lot of work.
It is, yeah. So that's why it's become like a job for me, because it's not only am I making these pieces of content for our patrons, but it's like the freaking Instagram trailers and all the promotional stuff is what takes up the most time. Like,
welcome to our world.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
welcome
you
to
guys
our
are killing
world.
it. You guys are killing it.
It's crazy, dude.
Well, dude, if you need someone to talk about hip impingement, list fracture, or broken ankle,
we're gonna be getting you on, Kelly, for sure. Dubs, what do you got? What do you want to talk about?
I've had an ankle injury where I broke it and never knew that I broke it.
No way.
So yeah, it was in harsh bars, like a heel flip down, fucking like a 9 set. And I broke my ankle, rolled away, broke my ankle. So yeah, we can talk about something.
Yeah, there's always something to talk about.
I got a couple other things. I got shoulder and a wrist injury.
Oh, see, that's interesting. That's interesting because it's like, it's, waist down. That's like usually what, you think of skater injuries, but
for sure.
It can be just like, your shoulder pops out, or you have these weird upper body things that take you out, and you're kind of like, really? Like, this is why I can't skate? Like,
and you think that wouldn't be able to take you out? Upper body is super important as a skateboarder.
Back
problems,
your hands,
flying
and everything,
around.
bro. It's
totally,
And these are injuries that keep you out for a while. It's not like
I know, yeah. And that's like
LD.
we just want to.
I feel like Justin Eldridge's back had him out for a while, right?
Oh, the backs, dude. The backs can just be.
But he did a little LD remedy, and he fucking got himself back.
Went for a kayak, and he was good. Like,
I don't know, and he did
something. Some kayak, built a fort. Yeah.
Well, our goal is to just our goal is to get transparency. Like not just for ways to treat some of this stuff, and honestly, it's nothing to like take away from seeing a doctor and a physical therapist in person. Like, that stuff is super important, but these are like some complementary exercises you can do, stuff to like make sure you don't get injured again. Like a lot of this shit you can just do at home,
Absolutely.
And there's just not a lot of good information that's easily digestible out there. And like,
for sure,
when it comes to talking with skaters who've been through this shit, like, you don't always want to just like talk about it, but sometimes you do, and it's good. It's almost like healthy to like flush it out, because that could have been like a dark year in your life, or like a really like scary. I mean, this shit's scary, like you don't know if you're gonna skate 100% again.
Totally. When it fucks with your livelihood, bro, it's like you really can go get really these negative thoughts, and it's just like I mean, eventually your body will heal itself, but it's just like you'd rather get ahead of it than just kind of just the waiting game, So whatever you can do,
And that's in skating, dude. Like, I mean, we all know this. It's when you do it, it gives so much energy out that like that makes you feel better, and then the fact that you can't do it and you can't do that. Like, you can't get your energy out. Right. Really builds up over time, man. It's not fun.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's one thing we all have in common. We all have gotten hurt.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's a part of the game.
Yeah.
It's a part of the game.
Yeah. And I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if I haven't come across no one that has not got hurt.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy when Paul hurt his knee, Paul Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, he had done this so much later in his life.
True.
And to see him doing his thing right now, he's killing it, dude.
Yeah.
I know.
And like, sometimes when it happens later in life, you feel like, oh man, I don't know about it now, guys. It's I remember when I broke my ankle when I was 27, I thought I was done. And
it's just crazy how the mind works.
I mean, Kelly, you've had some enduring, like, not enduring like they keep bothering you, but like that ankle one was a long period of time. It was like a serious one, and like your hip thing was fucking real. Like, it's crazy like how you can, skate careers aren't long. Like, this isn't a 50-year thing, and like it's just wild what the body can recover from,
I know, right? Like, you never think when you see your leg or your ankle hanging off sideways, you're like, I'm never going to be able to do this again.
Yeah.
Like that, it's scary.
Everything just hits you at once. You're just like,
it's scary, dude. And then, hey, like the fact I can walk right now, I'm fucking stoked, dude. For sure. You know, straight up.
P-Rod's a good one. You got to get maybe P-Rod on there and talk about his stuff.
That'd be sick.
Because here's the thing, though, is that you say you do these issues, right? So issue, whatever. I mean, I would have people back on, you know, like P-Rod to talk about it. Say you already did like a knee issue, right?
Yeah.
You could have P-Rod on as just the podcast and then tell people like, hey, go back to issue 5 where we talked about all this stuff.
Right.
Go revisit that. And then you could kind of pump out the old stuff again.
And it gives you like full spectrum on his journey.
Yeah. And kind of go full circle on it.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'll invoice you, bro. Yeah. Anyway, no, but there's so much you could do. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'd limit the issues because
totally. Yeah.
So many people have gone through that. You know, like talking with P-Rod for an hour about his injury would be phenomenal. You know, just because he is. We said it on the show, I think, or maybe I said. You see his journey on Instagram. You see it go down, but he's not giving you what he is doing. He's not giving you his routine. He's just showing you that he's doing work.
Yeah, you don't see, he doesn't tell you how long he's doing it for what time, repetitions.
Exactly.
Yeah. And no, and that's what's great.
You see him doing it, but like, actually like the breakdown.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And that's what would be so cool with Kyle, because he has a program for treating people with specific injuries, and it's cool to like we did with you, Chris, kind of go back like, all right, what did you do? Did he, were you doing calf stretches, or were you doing heel raises, or were you just picking up marbles with your toes? Which
all of the above, all of the above.
And it's cool because he's been there so many times with patients in different scenarios, and it's just not only is it cool to sort of bounce back those experiences, but also like you get to hear from the horse's mouth like what he often prescribes and like the dosages and the amount of time. And like it's interesting. It's meant to be educational. It's meant to be informative. It's not meant to be like, hey, this is gonna diagnose you. But
for sure.
It's nice to have that information.
It can give you some insight and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's nice to hear from skateboarders. Right. Yeah. This is the world we live in. I can go on YouTube and find a doctor that explains something to me. If that's how I want to consume my information with his Google and YouTube. If I'm a skateboarder, now I can actually hear from a skateboarder and a professional skateboarder. These things. And I think that's super important, because I could go on Google right now, I guarantee you, look up a knee thing and get like 20 different diagnoses.
That don't pertain to what
that
you
don't
need.
pertain to anything. Yo, do this little stretch, do that stretch. Is that really going to help me get back on my board? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. But it's true though. Skateboarders supporting skateboarders. Jeron says it all the time. Like,
what was it? You guys were gonna put an app together or something like that? How's that development going?
The one with Brandon Turner.
Yeah, there you go. I listened to that. I was hyped.
We got to get that going.
I'll be expecting that soon. I'm trying to pre-order that app.
Yeah, I didn't get that. What was the idea? I wasn't.
Actually, somebody hit us up that they want to help us develop it. But basically, if you're a construction worker, if you're a plumber, if you're a roof repair guy or whatever, and you skate, you could get on this app, and other skateboarders can hire them.
So skateboarders supporting skateboarders.
That's right there. That's the fucking essence of this shit. Oh my God.
So if you need some home repair shit, you could be like, you could look on the app and be like, oh man, Joe LaCroix does roof repair and he skates. He's got a 5 bearing rating.
It's so funny you bring this up right now, because I was skating in my neighborhood, and I happened to come across a chimney guy, and I needed my chimney. I need my chimney to be looked at.
You need your chimney swept.
And this dude comes up to me. He's like, Jeron, Dubs. Like, I'm like, oh my God, who is this guy? I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, you know? And he comes up and he's like, I work for this chimney company. I fucking see you on the fucking, you know, the whole deal. And I'm like, dude, I need my chimney work done. No way. I'm going to hit you up. You know what I mean? And like, he's a skater. It was just, like you said, coming full circle. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting you up, dude. Like, so I know you're probably watching this shit. But yeah, I'm going to hit him up. And yeah, it's just so funny. Randomly.
I just pictured Jeron like looking at his chimney. Like, man, I need my chimney.
Not because my
then he goes for a walk and
my fireplace is not working properly. And like, dude, this dude just happens to pop right up. I'm like, this is perfect.
I love it. Hey, chimneys are no joke though. You need to get that thing swept. You need to keep it clean.
You're right.
That thing can start a fire.
I don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah. Well, I want to start a fire, but I want to get it safer. Shit.
Of course you do.
Chris.
You gotta do a safe fire, bro. Listen.
No, I love just the putting trust in the random skater because they skate. You know, it's like it's not necessarily logical, but I back it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, like, we still gotta go. We gotta see if they got a 4-star rating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the rating's gotta be strong.
You'd still rather.
If you got a 1 star, I might go to the next skater. Let's just move on.
What is this? What rating are you? Are you an ABEX 7 or are you a ceramic?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a different way to rate. Yeah.
Anyway,
I remember one time we were on a trip. It was like a visual traveling trip. We were in Israel, like in Jerusalem. Like we were going to be going into Jordan, Palestine, but we were like coming from Jordan. Anyway, we couldn't. We were like crossing in. Basically, like we wanted to check out the wall. Like it's like a thing.
The Wailing Wall.
Yeah, the Wailing Wall.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't let us bring our boards in. But there was like a guy nearby who like happened to skate. And I think it was even like our bags. It was like our bags and our board, like we couldn't get in. So a lot of us were like, yeah, let's just like let's like go back, you know? But this guy had started talking to us. He skated in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and he just seemed like the homie. And that's what Patrick said. He was like, well, he's the homie, you know? He skates. Like, let's just leave our stuff with him. And it's like, really? Like, we're going to just like leave our life with him, you know? Just put it, trust him, and you know we did because he skates. He's the homie, you know.
You're like, hey, pop the trunk,
like,
man.
That's like the gist of it. It's like
totally.
you immediately trust like a fellow skater, but there's truth.
Really.
There's truth to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
there is.
You can take a step back and think like that is insane. Like you just met this person for 3 minutes, and you're just gonna like trust everything with him because you both do.
But that common bond is that skateboarding, which is so beautiful.
You can't describe it. You can't like actually like justify it like with
Speaking
words.
of the common bond, I see that your skateboard is right behind you there.
Oh.
Let's talk really quick about your board setup. What do we got going on there?
Ooh, I can just like
please talk us through it, man.
Is it like a brand new board right there?
Beautiful brand new board.
I set up a board the other day, but it's a little. This one's. I was hoping to ride like an 838.
Oh shit!
But it felt too big.
Yeah.
So I got an 838 on a 148, 52s. Yeah, and that's
what are those Thunders?
That's it. But normal.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thunder
thanks, man.
148s, 52s. Normally an 818 though. So. There you have it.
Yeah, but what about like? Do you?
That was the quickest.
That's fine. Yeah.
He's like, no, what specific product that we have here?
So you got a Sovereign board, Thunder trucks. What kind of wheels?
Spitfires.
And what'd you say size?
52.
52s.
Yeah. Although I'm normally, so I've been, you know.
You say 8.825?
8.3?
8.1?
8.1?
See, I'm bad with this stuff. I don't know if you remember.
That's why he was like, yeah, I just got this. Okay.
I don't know if you remember rolling with me in my car, Kelly. I would have like 3 or 4 setups. You know,
you were that. Like, you were that guy.
I was that guy. You know, I would have my 8.5s, 2 completes. Because if it was an 8.5, it meant like I was hucking. So I wanted to have my broken board ready to be discarded. Yeah. Like, is it a quiver? You're gonna if we're gonna. I know there's some golf analogies to make, but I've never really played golf, so I won't get them. But that's essentially what I had, you know. 8.25, 8.5, and then I feel like I even sometimes went like sub 8 for like some tech shit.
Okay.
You know?
Wow.
Damn.
Not in a while, but like I've
that's amazing
become,
to switch up your
it's-
board
Dude,
like that.
I can't do that.
No.
I can't. I need my board. I need to ride the board
Yeah.
that I ride
Same.
all the time.
Yeah.
No changes.
I admire that though. I really respect. It's very rare that I see that. So I mean, I'm like, fuck,
That's a
pretty
mind
dope.
state, dude. That's
Straight
a straight
up.
I skated with Andrew Cannon the other day, and he's been skating big boards, and he got a 775 with like little wheels, and he just was killing it.
See?
Wow.
It's just a mind state. I feel like,
Yeah,
you know.
no, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. So you
Yeah.
don't really. You could.
So
you
anyway,
could-
so what I was gonna say is that's how like I used to roll.
Oh.
Nowadays, I keep this one will switch between being my cruiser board because it's a little wider. So I'll switch the wheels on. Here in New York, like it sucks to push around the city with regular like
Right,
52s.
right.
Yeah,
so
for
I'll
sure.
I have some like bearing ready cruiser wheels that like are 54s that I'll throw on, and so that'll be my cruiser board mostly. And then I have like an 825 with the same 148 truck, Thunders, 52 wheels that will be my.
Dude, sidebar. I wanted to bring this up because since you said that, Kenny Anderson came up with the fucking illest concept.
Oh, he and Brian Brown.
Bro,
Yeah, Brian
that,
Brown.
I mean, that should just become the staple and the norm just based on what you just said, because then you don't
Yep.
even have to change your fucking wheels. You throw those fucking
Yeah.
things on. It's basically like a wheel over your wheel, okay, everybody? And like, I think
Yeah.
people need to like really check this shit, because I was blown away by it. So Kenny,
Yeah.
you
brilliant.
guys need to really make this shit happen, dude, because
It's like a cruiser casing for your regular
basically.
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
you
can
like
just
you
snap
like,
it on and snap it off. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
I've
sorry
seen
to cut
some.
you off.
No. It's cool. It's good. It's good that you bring it up because, like, they need to get that shit into development
need to
and
get
out
it
there
out.
because I've seen prototypes. Brian Brown like has them skating around New
and
York. Like,
sorry,
I've seen
Brian
it.
Brown,
It's
too,
so
the
cool.
fucking
Yeah,
genius
they're
behind it.
in it together. But it's so sick because changing your wheels is terrible for your terrible for your axle bolts, dude. They just like
Right.
God, and there's always that one that just
Strip
doesn't
it.
go on.
Yes.
It's always the last one.
It's always
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
And you got to put it on upside down, or
and
you
you're
gotta
trying to re-thread it and
Oh.
shit. It's like, dude,
I don't fuck with that.
I think Kenny's company's called Miles.
there it is.
Miles.
There it is.
Okay.
Thank you, Raj.
So you adapt to your boards pretty well, it seems like. So I take it you don't need, like, you could set up a board and pretty much roll with it. You don't have any weird quirks or anything like you
Nah,
need
I'm not
specifically.
that. Yeah,
No.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm a pretty simple man when it comes to my board. You know, I like a nose. I like a tail. Yeah.
Like some wheels.
I like the wheels on there, and
Yes.
you know, if
I like to click it around.
if it helps me out and land some tricks, I like it even more. You know,
love it, bro.
That's pretty much.
Love it, man.
That's pretty much it. The thing that I struggle with the most, I think, is bushings.
Yeah.
And
That
just
pushing should
like
be a problem.
Do I want to put the bones in? Do I want to try these out? Just like the stock ones they come with, like
I've been running the stock.
yeah,
I was a bones fanatic.
Me too.
yeah.
And now I go for the stock. I just have to have that patience for them to break in.
Yeah.
And after they're
process.
broken in, they're good to go.
I wonder what the time frame is in that. Is there like a time you think there is, like 2 days or a week? Of like
There's
how
probably
they break in?
there's probably like time, but also temperature. There's probably all kinds
Look at
like
that.
tightness.
Wow.
Are you tight?
You're right.
Are you loose? Like what are you trying to get out of this bushing? You know, like there's probably so many factors to like making sure that
That's facts right there.
gets it right. Yeah.
Totally, man. Man, Walker Ryan, bro.
Good
This has been
times.
incredible, dude.
Actually good.
I really appreciate you stopping and chatting with us. And
Oh man,
breaking
you know, are you gonna get Larry David on at some point for the ultimate stop and chat?
I know. That's where, I mean, that's
I
kinda
can't.
within me.
I love why you guys. I love how happy it makes me anytime I see you guys talking about the stop and chat because I just think of Larry David, dude.
I mean, it's kind of where the name came from. The stop
so
and chat.
good. It's
Except he doesn't like the stop and chat. He doesn't like the quick on the street. Hey, what's up? No, he tried to stop and chat with me. I'm not into that.
He wants to avoid the chat.
He wants to avoid it, but this is a long form stop and chat.
But I love it. No, thank you for having me on. I'm so stoked, and I can't. Prove me wrong, guys. Beat Raj to the book, dude. It's a fast read. I'm telling you. All you need is a couple hours, really.
I'm on page 120 right now.
Damn.
He's been reading the whole time. Yeah.
Shoot, Raj.
No,
Just back here reading.
we grab me a LaCroix out of there, bro.
Yeah.
This guy's
My
throat is
throat, yeah.
drying up on him.
You know when you
Raj-
like swallow down the wrong pipe and then all of a sudden now you got this like throat
Yeah,
problem?
It's itching and you're like
It's itching.
Yeah.
Take a break, dude. Cough it out.
No, this is good for the show. This is good.
I'm just kidding. It's a little scratchy throat, man. I needed to talk. Thank you, Kelly.
6 feet apart.
I'll give you a tip after the show. Wipe down this thing. No, it went away. Huh? That's weird.
Right?
Yeah. I've talked fine now.
Right?
Appreciate
As you
that,
have
Kelly.
the drink in your hand, it's like I'm safe.
I need one sip, though.
There you go.
The book is called Top of Mason
Yes.
by Walker Ryan, a novel by Walker Ryan. Very multi-talented individual.
Yes.
Here.
Yep.
Multi-talented.
Definitely. I think the only
Thank you.
skateboarder to actually write a novel at
Yep.
this point that I know of. So I'm gonna
Scott
definitely.
Bourne.
Scott.
Oh yeah,
Damn it.
Scott Bourne.
course.
Scott Bourne.
You can't say-
Fucking Roger.
You can't say anything around Ryan.
All right, the second skateboarder
Nah,
to make a novel.
There's a
bro.
lot of really talented skater writers out
course.
there, more talented than I am. I just wanted to get a story out that I had in my head that I think people will like. I think people will enjoy it. You know, like it's just fiction's fun, and I want it to be. I wanted to write something approachable for skaters, and hopefully something that non-skaters can read and enjoy just as much. So
Amazing.
Sure.
it's out there.
it.
You can cop
Killed
it.
it, bro.
Let me
Top-
know if you hate it. Let me know if you
will.
like it. Yeah.
I'll let you know if I hate it.
And I'll be waiting for my.
I
I'll
would
be.
never say that.
Yeah, right. The rudest thing ever.
No.
Like
Rocker.
Don't tell
actually
me.
read
but
your
I'll,
book. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Imagine.
I don't
Yours
fuck
is
with
that,
that.
like,
I don't
228,
fuck with
and
it.
it's just I had 20 more pages to go. I said, no, I'm done. Anyway, dude, Walker Ryan, Top of Mason is his new novel. It's out now on oldfriendsco.com. Go check it out.
Yeah.
And go check out his podcast, Old
Definitely.
Friends Catch Up. Also on anywhere podcasts are listened to, and also their Patreon account, right?
Hell yeah.
Getting better at these
You guys.
outros.
Oh, you're killing
you
it.
are, dude. It's natural.
I feel professional once I start plugging.
Oh,
Right
you
after
know?
you sip the
Yeah.
LaCroix, you're just like, and
I'm ready
like,
to
I was
go.
just like, bro.
It's like Popeye when he takes the spinach, dude. He just fucking. Like, here he goes.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the outro.
No, seriously, though,
Skateboarding's Terry Gross, dude. I love it.
you are the man, Walker Ryan.
Fuck
Thank
yeah,
you
dude.
so much for stopping and chatting, dude. Come back anytime you got something going on, let us know. We'll and hey, Jeron and Kelly, man, get them on the pod, you know. And P-Rod, I think that would be a good episode too.
Yeah,
Go
definitely,
revisit
for
some
sure.
shit, even if you have done it or maybe haven't. I don't know.
Yeah. No, we haven't gotten into these yet. But
See?
no, I'm gonna be hitting you up, you guys, for sure, because it'd be really fun to
Back injuries, LD,
dig
he's
in.
gone through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, back injury to Steezus as well.
That's
Jeez.
true too.
Ooh, yeah.
That's true too.
Damn.
Heavy.
None of them would be as good as mine though. That was great. Thank you.
It's hard to
It was
beat
good,
the
though.
Podfather,
It was
dude.
fun. It was fun.
Skateboarding's
Really was.
Podfather.
I appreciate that, Walker, but it was fun. It was just, it's again rapping out with the homies.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it felt like.
Yeah.
Good.
Really cool.
Good.
Really cool.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
so
man.
much, guys, and everything you're doing for skating. It's just so
appreciate
so needed, and it's especially these days, man. Sometimes, like I'm you guys know, I've told you, I'm a big podcast guy. Like, it's hard for me to do errands, do the dishes, do anything without like someone talking at me. And sometimes it's just so nice to hear you guys bullshit. There's so much heavy shit going on in the world, and I listen to all these serious political podcasts, and then to just hear you guys fucking laugh and giggle. It's just needed.
I
It's
appreciate
needed in
that.
the
Thank
world.
you so much.
Yeah.
We love it, man. We love it, man. Walker Ryan, everybody.